10 seconds. 10 seconds till market open. Here we go, man. Oh my god, we gapped up. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yeah, we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial top left, S&P top right. Most important right now to look at, just because we had the White House struck a deal last night that should bring a small amount of help to the American people. $1,200 a month is what was confirmed. What's up, Jason? Thanks for the update. Yeah, I'm looking at the Qs right now, which again, it gapped up barely, just a little bit, selling off, okay, into the opens, go up and down. Kind of concerning a little bit is a gap, but sorry, man, trying to get calibrated. So gold still hanging in like the Jesus man. Bitcoin loves scam wicks. Oh my God. I think the scam wick probably happened last night after the bill passed. So, yeah. What are you gonna do about that? It still looks like a beautiful, beautiful double top, or a potential double top. How does this music get any quieter? That's as good as I can do. Without being, you just can't hear anything. So, but maybe the bottom's in, man. At least for the short term, right? With the crash and then we retrace. From the high to low, the Qs have already retraced above 23%. The next target on the Qs certainly 192, and then after that, it's 200, and then 210. 50%, 618. Eventually, you get reflex rallies. We've been talking about it nonstop. Echo, dude. How do I have the echo on, dude? I didn't even do anything to have the effing echo on. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm going to just delete my effing app so this doesn't happen again, or just restart my computer every stream. It's just so convenient to leave the computer on and to wake up, to get ready, do my thing, and then I don't have to do a bunch of other crap. So, I don't know. Sorry. Jesus. So anyway, looking at the Qs, looking at the S&P, the Dow Jones, gold, and Nasdaq's doing well too. Everything's up. Imagine what would have happened if we didn't have a bill. My God, this isn't really. Since we got the bill, shouldn't we be just pumping, man? Maybe we do pump later. It's fine right now. You're not really falling below your highs of the day yesterday. You're still up. So that's good, man. That's real good. Look, any selling we've gotten so far has been bought up immediately. So maybe we see green. Yeah, look at this. Let's go, man. Let's freaking go. Let this be the bottom and let us make reflexive rallies on all indices. That'd be wonderful, dude.
Is that a joint?
Yeah, no, echo's on. Lensovos.
Good morning, Mitch. You have the echo on Lowell Kings.
Thanks, Lensovos, man, for 420. Pretty much, dude. Pretty much. No, it's okay, dude. It's gonna lag. It happens. Nothing we can do about it. We just turn off the echo and we move on with our lives, right? Good news. We're getting rallies. Hey, maybe this will be the first back-to-back green days we've seen since February 5th and 6th. Wouldn't that be unreal? Oh, God forbid we get 2 green days in a row, right? Good news, right? Very good news, high to low. You're exceeding the 236. The next target on the Dow Jones, in my opinion, is 22,510. The S&P 500, you're at the 236. So it's the only reason the Dow Jones is up like this, higher than the S&P, is because of Boeing, I think, which got upgraded today, right? Very good. So this could be it, man. How convenient is it, right? The TA, finally there was a support down here. There was 4-hour divergence. There was 60-minute divergence. There was daily RSI divergence on the oscillators, right? But the thing that was most important was the gap up breakout we had yesterday of this channel. You know, every day we're up, down, up, down, up, down, but we aren't able to ever break out of this channel until now. And so maybe that was it. That was what the bots saw. The bots needed that for higher prices for back-to-back green days, I guess. And so it's like maybe it's the TA and the FA working together with the White House passing that bill, the stimulus bill. So TAFA coming together, trying to get us just a common scrub retrace, if that. Maybe more if we're lucky. But you just still got to understand the economic damage that's been done. It's bad. What's up, Andy PDX? Thanks for the $2 super chat. Man. Q's climbing, 185.90. You're going to have a resistance right here at 187.76. I wonder how we... Are we? Yeah, right here. Major overhead resistance from August and in September of 2018. You break that, you're probably going to go up to 191. But that's a big if, right? I mean, our economy's shut down, literally. But the good thing about the Qs, I like the Qs better than the S&P. Just because the Qs are made up of like the MAGA stocks, the MAGAs, or whatever you want to call it. Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon. And those are all like tech, online, virtual companies. Amazon's a little different. But, so, you know, we found out, I guess, from the earnings from Nike that China sales are like kind of back and going again. And this is like the first of its kind. And so Nike's a really good example of what could be coming next. Like once stores start opening back up again in China, that maybe we could expect from other, you know, like companies like Apple again, like who's now opening their stores up. Right? So, so anyway, what I'm saying is like, you know, with the Qs, you're not as exposed to China, I guess. Sorry, man. Just clearing my throat. It's early in the morning, so I didn't get to sing or do anything to get my vocal cords warmed up, which is kind of like, you know, my job. But we are pumping, which is good, man. We're pumping. We're exceeding the 236 now. I do think the next target on the S&P 500 is 2550. Look left. What is that? 2550. Right here. This goes back February 2018. Look where we are. We're well above the lows. I mean, Chad, this down here at these areas, we've now had a great rally back above it. That's big time, man. Staying above that's big. And so now you'll test this. If you can break it, wow, how amazing would that be? I mean, like, it's just a range between 2550 and 2600. You break that, man, you could have a nice run up 2700. NDPDX, man. Bruh. Thanks for the you know, $12 total super chat back to back. Thank you, man. Kings. I mean, hello, good morning, everyone. Do y'all see what's going on? We're actually seeing, like, we're not getting devastated. Our retirements are not getting killed. I can't even believe it, man. Wake me up from this dream. This dream of green. Excuse me. So, maybe we should look at that one. I mean, not much to look at, I guess. Besides just a huge gap. But yesterday. Add yesterday and today together. And it's glorious. Gorgeous, glorious. I was going to say those together. This is Nike, right? Yesterday was up 15% on the day. Then gapped up after hours 10+%. It's 25% up from open yesterday. Hey, man. We're just some random turnaround Tuesday. We're sitting at $65. No big deal, dude. And all this, and we hit $80 today.
Connect. Bullish day. Feeling stimulated? Because you take a look at crude PLS, looking for a long-term position. Bruh.
No, man. Crude? Dude, that's going to be tough. That's going to be real tough. I mean, like, down at these levels, there's so much support looking left. But you might be stuck with sideways price action for a decade or something. I mean, like, that's how it goes, man. It's hard. You know, hey, you can find a bottom and then oil just be up and down. You know, barely making you any kind of yield in your account. U.S. oil is what we have to look at because we can't even look at the old one anymore that I was looking at. West Texas Intermediate. because like there's not enough data to go back. So hey, yeah, you're starting to diverge a little bit, but I mean, like, I think in time you might see $17. Right? Look, look where you are, man. You broke below February 2016 prices. Critical support. You're below 2009 levels. I mean, it's terrible. You're below 2002 levels. You're just sitting right at 2000 levels. You're below 1997 levels. We go to the 80s. You're below those two. I mean, yeah, but the thing is, like, now there's a support almost everywhere. Like, there's support at $23, support at $20, support at $17, support at $10, support at $13, dude. I don't know. It's a fundamental problem. Like, it's a real big fundamental issue on oil that TA may not be able to help you get a yield on this one. Look at the weekly. See, dude, I mean, yeah, you're extremely oversold, and often when you're oversold, you become not oversold, but we know how long an asset can remain oversold, especially on the weekly. So no seller exhaustion on an asset where there's pretty much unlimited supply now. Starting to become like natural gas, dudes. You see gas prices lately? Go to your gas station if you're in a non-insane like San Francisco place. Go, just if you're in the middle of America, go to a gas station. Chances are it's like $2.15, $2.20, and that's going to keep dropping. It's just simple supply and demand, man. What is that? What is that? Is that an inverse anything? No, that's nothing right now. Maybe it turns into something by the end of the week. Oh my God, it's a doji. Is it a morning star? Indecision candle. And yeah, you're very, very oversold. You're sitting at like 18 on the weekly, even worse on the daily, right? So I got news for you, man. I know where we are here. I think 17. If you want to start dipping your toes into 17, by all means, $13, maybe $10.50. That's like 1986, 1999 lows, the lows of this chart. It doesn't even go, it only goes back to 83 on here. So that's probably the last asset class you probably want to be looking for yields, just based on the fact that, wow, we're real good at drilling for oil. We're real good at refining it. We're really good at like getting it to places, you know, like gas stations. And there are other people in the world that are trying to destroy us in the U.S., the frackers. They want to get a corner on the market, and they're going to do it. It's like oil glut 2.0. You remember that it's the same thing. It's just a different enemy, but it's the same plan trying to destroy American frackers. Okay? Sorry, man. I don't mean to be a drag on oil. It's just... What about video game companies, man? See, that's probably a better bet than freaking oil. Video game companies, people playing games in lockdown, you know, like, I don't know. Shoot, man, just just Amazon. What about Amazon? What's wrong with that? I mean, there are many companies out there that can do things. Bitcoin's 67.37, pumping with the market, of course. Welfare markets now, right? Don't you even think about a Adam and Eve double top. Not going to happen. Nothing's going to sell off anymore, dude. I'm sorry, dude. Like, the central banks have taken over the world.
Rising Wedge Connect. Alt season. I'm doubling down on Kaneka coin and Milo's sweet tea token.
Oh, I would never, ever look at Bitcoin dominance like an actual pattern. What's the point, dude? No one's buying and selling that, so. Yeah, dude. Good luck. Good luck shorting anything now. I mean, again, welfare markets have taken over. Doesn't it look like, I mean, hey, if we're just applying traditional technical analysis to Bitcoin, which I don't even know what Bitcoin is anymore, now with unlimited liquidity out there that's just going to randomly inject into every market that exists to mankind, right? I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, this is the way we'd size up any asset in a bear trend with a potential Adam and Eve double top, right? Extreme amounts of bearish divergence on the slightly higher high on both oscillators. Yet it's not selling off, right? I mean, maybe it's still rounding out, but scam wick, and now we're pumping to where we could, in two hours, if all things stay the same, we're going to be bullish engulfing. Okay, so like, Bitcoin should, I mean, like, if Bitcoin was to respect the TA, if it gave a crap about TA right now, it would dump soon. But there's a chance that it might not respect the TA at all. It might just say, screw this, dude, we're gone, dude, because the stimulus bill got passed. There's welfare helicopter money for everyone, including Bitcoin, okay? Yeah, huge rising wedge on Bitcoin, IMO, right, where it could rally all the way up to 7,900 if it went straight up today, 77.69. And you're still in the bearish consolidation pattern. You're still within the golden zone, so it's still possible, right? It just may not be deep enough of a retrace yet for market participants, right? Where you haven't even hit the 50% once yet. 50%, 618, and then there's 7,400, which is the horizontal line, critical, historical support resistance, right? Come on, S&P. Let's go, dude. Pump it. Why can't we have... Yesterday, I was just kidding because people were just being insane in the general chat. I was like, I'm going to throw my PC out the window if we don't have the single largest point day ever. We ended up getting it. So I didn't have to throw my PC out the window. Let's go. So yeah, man. Extreme amounts of bearish divergence on Bitcoin. And it's just like, why can't it just do it? It does it all the time. In all normal market conditions, Bitcoin loves 4-hour divergence and dumps on it very well. So the good news is that you're pulling back a little bit. Who cares, man? Maybe it's just like, less significant time scales and we're going to go again. I'm very pleased at this point I know here we rallied, but from here to here, it was a 50% retrace and you dumped, right? I mean, that was that dead cat bounce. FYX was even talking about, oh my God, Tindy secured maybe for him today. Definitely got to be secured. Hopefully we just stay green. But anyway, since then, since the dead cat bounce, we've been doing nothing but selling off, and there's been absolutely no way to use Fibonacci until now. We finally did it, chat. So we've now hit the first retrace. So now what does that mean? That means we have a valid swing low here. Whereas before we could never use Fibonacci this whole way down. And now we got it, man. And you can see, great news. Like, hopefully we rally more, during the day, up and down. I mean, I don't know. Remember, the economy shut down, dude, right? So it's wishful thinking to ever say, let's go higher, man. But this is the first node where you could reverse. It is not common for you to reverse here. When you do reverse at these levels for real, that means there is extreme lack of demand. So it's good that maybe we're touching it, but we're not really going red yet. I mean, yet. And we know the Dow Jones is above its 236 because of Boeing. All right. So if we don't reverse and become scrubs here, which I'm hoping not. I'm hoping not for everyone in the world that participates in the economy, in all respective markets, because this is the driver of the world for sure. If we do not reverse here, again, you're gonna have resistance, but we're talking in terms of just Fibonacci. We're looking between 2650 and 2934 for a common retrace before we majorly reverse to the downside again, because we are in a recession right now. That's can't really be refuted, man. But there is hope. There is hope. Bitcoin disrespect the TA and going to 10 billion in 10 seconds. Right? That can always happen. What's up, Charles Beaudry? Thanks for the sub, man. Welcome. Yeah, good morning to y'all. Seriously. Sorry I haven't been able to engage much. We've had a lot to talk about, right? Chat, am I still shadow banned? Does anyone know? Have you heard about this? Do you know about this? Whoa, what's up, Brent? Thanks for the threes. That's crazy. I never see super chats pop up on Stream Elements before they actually show up on the YouTube chat. That's weird. Thank you, man. So why is Boeing pumping? Someone gave it an upgrade. Another reason is on top of maybe the fact that you had an upgrade. It was also like they're restarting their production of their 737s. I think it's maybe by June or May or something. So that could be another catalyst, and that might be why they're getting upgraded. Come on, indices, do something, man. I mean, right now, it's insane, dude. Bitcoin's volatility is so wild. Think about it. On the last 4-hour candle for Bitcoin, the lowest point was 64.72. Your highest high, 69.87.
You do a great job, man. We are lucky to have you.
Is that a joint?
Thanks, Pink Grub Man, for the 420. Really appreciate the contribution and all the support. Thanks for being a part of the community, because you're a, what do they call it? Pillar. You're awesome, man. Thank you, dudes. It's nice finding people like you, dude. Like, we're so in common, you know, like football and stocks and crypto. Just TA, right? That's it's a rarity, a rare combination. Hard to relate with everyone. Like, got that relation with probes too. It's just like football and charts. It's like the best, man. The best. Anyway, thanks, man. So getting back to the volatility swing in the past 4 hours, not this 4-hour candle, but the last one, Bitcoin 8% swing, $523 swing, scam wick, dude. That welcome to an unregulated, insane market that's 24/7. Where I'm pretty sure. Can someone back me up? Maybe someone was awake last night. Did Bitcoin pump right during or after the bill getting passed? Because that's what I want to know. And I don't even know, because I was sleeping. Like, I knew they were going to pass something maybe at 1 a.m. Eastern, remember?
I don't understand how we now have the largest injection of cash, 6 trillion, and we don't have a seriously insane rally. It should be massive.
Well, I mean, like, you know, it's, again, the economy shut down, Brent. Like, it's no one's working, really. I mean, some people are. We're just, that's like going to be trillions of dollars of damage, right? So you're getting all these cash injections, but it doesn't necessarily correlate into it going directly into the stock market. I mean, just think about how much worse things could have been, how much deeper we could have fallen if there wasn't any kind of government intervention. So we should be counting our lucky stars at least. And I think you're talking about the S&P, right? Not Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is such a low market cap coin as it is. It is so easily manipulated. It can be. And yeah, with all this money being printed, that goes double now, right? I mean, at any time, Bitcoin's volatility has been really wild. But that's been a characteristic of all markets lately. Where bots have their algorithms, right? They have changed the programming from being long-term investors to short-term traders. That is the algos now. Have you not noticed every day the insane swings? That's algos, that's bots, and that's everything changed, right? Volatility is like a big key component to what these bots look for in terms of investing, what kind of market we're in. We're in a trader's market. We are no longer really in an investor's market. You get that, right? Because even like me being optimistic, oh my God, we might get to 2652 to 2900. I'm thinking we're gonna reverse bearishly at these levels big time again. And so, I mean, 236, if you're not lucky, I mean, geez, man, you'd think we wouldn't reverse here. Maybe we're just pulling back a little bit. You're just right around open prices. It's not a big deal, but I think the Dow has to fill a gap because of Boeing and maybe Nike. Yeah, look at Dow has to fill a gap at 20,721. That should fill probably before we go higher, if we do, right? Let's not even talk about the gap down here. It would scare you. Okay. But, you know, the Fed can only do so much. You still have to get people to buy into the market. And, you know, people are deleveraging right now, right? We just went through an extreme record-paced drawdown, you know, on the markets. 30% fastest time ever. I mean, Dow Jones was down 37% at these levels before we gapped up. You know, we jumped up like 10% yesterday. So we're still up off that, but you got to have buyers. And again, the smart money with the bots have shifted gears. Volatility is still too high, right? When I was talking about before Brent tipped, it was like, These bots are programmed. Oh, yeah, we got low volatility. Fine. Long investor market. But then the volatility picked up, and then the system broke in half when the major selling started happening from all the shadow banks, sovereign wealth money. And so now bots are saying, all right, we're not worried about investing anymore. We had 10 years to invest. It's time to trade. It's time to make money every day. Let's do it. Let's pump and dump futures, everything. So still looking at Boeing a little bit on the main screen. What's up, Raymond? Birds of prey. Birds of prey. Respect birds of prey. Raymond, yep. Well, all the birds of prey have the same system, right? And that's how we had such a strong crash at the same time. You had big money working together. And they all have their markers, and they go by their rules, their system. And when things close in reverse, it really closed in reverse, right? So Dow Jones, come on, let's just fill the gap and then we can go again, maybe. Right? I mean, did we touch it? Maybe we did. Close. Come on. I mean, you wick to wick. No, you didn't even wick to wick before the rally. Really, where traders sold it up 20,700. I mean, I figured that'd be a gap fill, but maybe not, right? Like I figured you'd do something like this at least, right? That's exactly, you ran up, you touched it, and you filled the gap, and then you started selling off again before you rallied again to close that 4-hour candle. So I would figure maybe you'd touch it, and then you go, but hey, maybe not, even better. I don't know. No, dude, man, remember, we haven't seen a back-to-back green day on the Dow Jones since February 5th and 6th. Just sad, man. And that should show you like what kind of market conditions, right? You're not in trader's market if you don't see green 2 days in a row since February 5th. My God. Yeah, I mean, less significant time scales over bot, probably. Yeah, of course, they cool off for 10, 15, 20 minutes. We start going green again, and then maybe, you know, we see 2561 later. If you're lucky, dude, because, again, this market, who knows? Extremely volatile and very unstable still. If you think we're stabilizing, you're wrong. We're not yet. What's up there, that trader? Good to see you, man. So, sorry, with Boeing, I don't know, we're looking at the 4-hour. So what are we doing? We gapped up on an analyst upgrade. I mean, we were up 15% yesterday or something. We're up again, another 15%. And look what we're doing. Gapped up, and now we're like holding on to support from January 2014. I had this plotted, remember, and there was 157 too. So you run up, you got real close to testing that as resistance for selling off, as we did open at 154.79. You hear that? 154.79, and we're at 146 right now. Yeah, dude, totally stable market conditions. No, like not stable market conditions. I mean, it's just at a point where it could go anyway. I mean, you think like a swing trader, all right. Yeah, we're up, down. Maybe we even fill a gap down here or whatever. But eventually, we make it up to these levels. And these, if we get any kind of 4-hour divergence, like bearish divergence or something up here, you'd think a short would be a good opportunity. But dang, dude, if the S&P is not, it's definitely, I don't think it gapped up or anything. Again, this Dow Jones is outperforming solely because of Boeing's insane pump. All right. So you are getting rejected at the 236 for now. That could change, but that's how Fibonacci works, right? You get it. Each fib. This isn't a support resistance looking left. This is just a 236. You're not testing any kind of critical support resistance. You're testing the fib. And you know all those algos, right? Those algos love fibs, man. You're crazy if you don't think so. Oh my God, FYX is long on VIX calls? No, you're not. Didn't it already pump, dude? It was pumping yesterday while we were rising in price, which was weird. Okay, let's go to the VIX real quick for FYX and what he wants to be his tendies. Look at yesterday, man. It's just ridiculous. Somehow, you got down to $36. and then you rallied and closed pretty much at your highest point. The VIX closed, remember, 62. It closed at its highest point, along with the S&P and Dow Jones also closing at their highest point. That's not really a good sign. See, the thing is, like, you don't want to be getting, like, record levels of a record single, of the, what is it, the highest single point day ever. You don't want that, dude. That's too volatile. You want methodical. All right, we had a little green today. Oh, we're streaking. We got 3 days of methodical green. Okay, 4 days, 1 red day, 2 red days, 3 green days. Not too crazy. That's what you want. You don't want unstable price action one way or another. You don't want it down or up. If you care about the VIX.
Good morning, Mitch. Good morning, chat. Those who stay will be kings.
Bruh. What's up, Matthew D, man? Thank you, dude, for the 3s. The Tron connects in the jar. Oh my god. Remember Tron? Remember crypto? I remember crypto. Look at Bitcoin, dude. It's at 65.89 now. You know, like 30 minutes ago, Bitcoin was at 68.40, right, chat? Welcome to volatility season. Welcome to unstable market conditions everywhere. Welcome to welfare markets. So Dow Jones, S&P sliding a little bit still. Not too bad. Not yet, you know. Like, optimistic and until, like, dude, I want the markets to prevail everywhere in the world. Australia, Canada, Portugal, Spain, Germany, South America, everywhere, dude. That's people's retirements. That's their lives, right? I want this market to moon. I want us to get a reflexive rally. And I want... Right? So, again, someone was talking about maybe we went a little nuclear on less significant time scales, had to cool off, pull back. That's fine. What I do like about... Has it done it now, Dow Jones? Come on. Not yet. Come on. Just fill it and then pump, right? Don't, like, just have this mini gap. I mean, Gartley's going to lose his mind. Gartley's gap theory. So we're selling off a little bit in real time. See if we can get down there. They're both off their lows of the session. But they're close, man. Here it comes. Session lows right there. And now we will be touching that gap. Will we hold it? 22% chance. We're now at the gap. On the dot, like perfectly. You see it? So this is a 22% chance of a bounce here, according to Bulkowski. That's not much, but it's something. The S&P, no gap, you're just selling off now. You hit the 236, you've rejected it, and you are at session lows. You are much lower than you were yesterday at close. And now you fill the gap and you sell off a little bit more. All we wanted, man, was 2 green days in a row. Gold's still holding strong, dude. Gotta love gold, man. It's not being ridiculous like Bitcoin. It's not being a scrub like the markets. It's being gold. Where I'm now like reading and hearing that, dude, gold, good luck finding bullions. Anywhere, man. Like miners are screwed. Like they can't supply it. People are trying to get actual physical gold and they can't get it, dude. It's real bad. I don't know what that would do to spot price on the free market. Just reading some chat, drinking some Irwin coffee. Bitcoin 65.61 now. Rejecting 6,800 now for the 4th time. 4th time, dude. I mean, how many times is it going to have to happen? Anyway, for FYX, sorry, man, your tendies aren't moving. The VIX is not moving with any kind of movement on the markets. You're just sitting at 60. Great stuff, dude. Congrats. I'll add an alert. If we get a beep, we'll come back and we'll celebrate for you, okay? Go ahead to Bitcoin real quick, just so you can see the effing candles, man. Like, look at this. Adam and Eve double top, potentially. You were engulfing. Like, when the stream was happening. We had 68.41, we're at 65 with $300 swing again. It's too much volatility. This is insane. But look what resistance is being held. Despite any kind of scam wick, 6,800, which we know if we were to break that for real with resounding effort, with a candle close confirmation, we'd be going to 7,400. But if you can't break it, maybe you form a bearish pattern and you reverse the downside. Yeah, bearish divergence. You just can't forget it. I don't care stop losses or anything. This is still looking bearish. If TA is to be respected, it would play out down, not up. That'd be disrespect. Showing buyer exhaustion on a pretty significant time scale and then pumping to the upside, that'd be disrespect. Okay, call him up. Call Dr. Disrespect. I'm going to have him on the stream to talk about it. It happens. What's up, Blarg, man? Dude, what? Tendies are a way of life. Tendies are part of this stream. Alright. UVXY calls up 25% re. So who knows with Bitcoin, man? It's so volatile right now. It's crazy. But that's what you should expect with low market cap assets. And I'm just saying, low market cap assets compared to everything else that we're looking at, right? Gold, stock market, right? Trillions of dollars of market cap. And then you got Bitcoin, which is like, what is it, man? 100-something thousand or 100 billion dollars, right? What is it? Bitcoin is dude, what a joke. $120 billion market cap, and we got 500 or something billion pumped into the market every day, repo market. I mean, come on, man. Oh, sorry. So look, you're coming off your lows. It's okay. Look, you fill the gap on the Dow Jones. Perfect. That's exactly what you should have done. Again, it's not very strong right now. But you're climbing back. Violent speed, momentum. It's funny. That's Dr. Disrespect's like slogan or something. I was watching some of his videos for inspiration. For green screen stuff, he's very good. He's definitely a godfather of live streaming. And he gets 30,000 viewers per stream. It's pretty amazing. Thanks for the nearly 600 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub as we launch. Really, we're just on the quad screen, man. This has been home to us during these stock market streams, right? Where what's the point of looking at one chart, a smaller chart? There's chat, there's my face. I mean, come on, dude. If the markets are ugly enough, last thing you want to see is my face. Okay, that's adding insult to injury to you. So staying here has been pretty good, where we have an eye on multiple assets. It's really multiple indices, and then we just have gold here, the wild card, that's just been doing wonderful. I mean, almost just looks like it's flagging at this point. Now, one thing we knew was like at these areas from the high to low, you were at like a 618. We knew that you had too much positive momentum for too long on the 4 hour, and it was probably time to pull back, but you weren't showing any kind of buyer exhaustion, which is great. I'm sorry, I keep burping, man. I had my protein shake, coffee, digesting stuff. It happens, right? But so that's what I knew. Is like, all right, if you're not exhausted, then yeah, you might pull back, but it's not going to be like a major pullback. And I even said worst case scenario, we'd come down to 1555 and test it again before running. But so far, we are fortunate that it hasn't occurred yet, and we could, maybe if we're lucky, man, we could see a 100% measure move with a double bottom, which was a trade setup. Nice. Yeah, Leonard. I do own the Qs. I owned it for a few days really. So was definitely just going through the grinder. But I just love the way we were holding that support. And I was streaming it too a few days ago, where you were just outperforming and you just couldn't break this ice line that the S&P had already snapped through like many days prior. So there was divergence. So you were at that support. You were making like shortening of the thrusts. And now not a leverage move by all means, just a long, with a good amount of shares bought. But dude, I'm okay to lose like on that, in short term, midterm. but I couldn't imagine trying to do leverage. Leverage is just a different story.
Do you think the Dow will come back down? Sorry if I missed that part.
What's up, Skilled Bad Habit 1? Thanks for the $5 super chat. Do I think the Dow will go back down? Well, you know, kind of my thinking here is, one thing about the Dow is we've exceeded the 236, but we're reversing there. Maybe it's just to fill that gap, and now we're climbing again, right? And, you know, hey, you had a good open. You finally didn't get destroyed. Nothing like yesterday, of course. That could change at any time, but there is a gap fill. If you are wanting to be serious, 18,601, there's a big gap to fill to the downside. My thinking is, you know, with Fibonacci, high to low, the fact that we're at a 236 leads me to believe in time, you know, we could sell off a few days, up, down, but eventually we'd go to the golden zone and eventually hit this target area between 22,539 and 25,216 before reversing to the downside majorly again. But remember about the 236, if there is extreme amounts of no demand, all right, if there's extreme amounts of supply here and not enough demand, you will, in rare cases, reverse bearishly to the downside after just hitting the shallowest retrace, which is a 23% retrace from the high up there to the low point, right? You retrace 23%. So the S&P right now is showing extreme characteristics of what happens. You get rejected, not at a resistance. You get rejected legit right at the 236. And that just means too much supply and not enough demand. You are at your session lows right now on both indices and also the NASDAQ. Gold is hanging out, doing its own thing. So Skilled Bad Habit, does that help at all? Yeah, not really. I mean, maybe we bounce here, but maybe not, dude. Remember, a gap down here, big time. 2230. If you want to talk about where traders settled up to fill that gap, that's down there. You know, the top of the candle, whatever, is like 2270 or so. But again, it doesn't have to fill today, tomorrow, the next day. It could take a long time. We could just bleed out to fill it, and then we go again, right? I mean, that's possible. It's a trader's market now, not so much an investor's market. So it's really tough to compete against these algos out there that are controlling this now. Bitcoin fees are being insane right now. Is that true? Why would that be, chat? Chat, tell me why. Why would the fees on Bitcoin be extreme right now? What does that have to do with, you know, like, how does that happen? I don't like that. Shouldn't Bitcoin be like, hey, at least fees are stable? I mean, price action not. Maybe that's why. Too volatile. So just continuing to slide. 20,609 on the Dow Jones. Not too bad yet. S&P's leading the way. Down 1.45%. You know, Dow Jones only down 0.5%. And that's because of Boeing and maybe Nike, I think. So S&P, man, you're giving back all of power 4 hour yesterday. Almost. So we're just watching intently. You know, this is the, let's see. What is it? Wednesday, right? Weeping Wednesday. This is the 13th trading session in a row I've been here for your open. And before these 13 days in a row, 13 trading sessions in a row, I've been here for morning stock market streams. I had never, ever in my 2-year tenure streamed for a stock market open. So that is just me trying to do everything I possibly can to give you live price action updates in these insane, unprecedented times where it's a crisis of our generation. Chances are we won't have a crisis this bad again in our lifetimes. This is a big one, and this is the worst one since the Great Depression. So those are different situations entirely, right? We have our own set of variables that are bad, that we have to overcome. And we will in time, but maybe after some lower prices. So 2410 session lows. Just continue to slide. Dow Jones definitely outperforming today. Normally the S&P leads the way. Gold 1612. Looking fine. And then Bitcoin, everything but fine, dude. Just extremely volatile, out of this world, insane, wicked. You're about to go red. You're about to see negative momentum for the first time on the 4 hour since 2 days ago. So it's been like 48 hours. And it was waning at that point anyway. And we had already pumped a little bit, went a little bit higher. So if Bitcoin respects the TA, at this point, it's looking like a textbook potential Adam and Eve double top. If you flip it over, wow. Think about it, chat. Just use your mind here. We just had this huge rally to the upside, and now we're showing this beautiful falling wedge pattern. And inside the falling wedge pattern, we're showing a potential Adam and Eve double bottom with bullish divergence on both oscillators at a critical horizontal line support. Dang, man. And now we're starting to look at these, starting to hammer. Look how much we're rejecting these lower prices. Kappa, it's the other way around. Completely the other way around. What's up, Ross, man? Wait for it to show up. See how it, someone else tipped and it was like perfect. It was immediate.
Halliburton, RTR.
Yeah, dude, we'll look at Halliburton, Ross. Roll Tide, man. Roll friggin' Tide. Oh, Hal. Just dumpster fire. And a dumpster fire sector. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. You just want to look at it on the 4 hour real quick. If you want to be sick, just take a look at the chart. You opened today. Opened $7.46. Immediately. As soon as you opened, everyone and their mother started selling Halliburton. $7.46. And now you're at $6.18 currently. And you're starting to bearishly engulf yesterday's 4 hour candle, right? So, monk ass. $7 or 7% you're down right now. Wow. And that probably has to do with the major indices selling off, oil itself. Very bearish conditions. Many things gapped up today, including the indices, barely. So look, you're holding on, man. Look, it's okay. You're not like dumping like crazy yet. 2420 off your session lows, 20,670 Dow Jones. So the world is not over yet. But we do know that we've hit a fib node, and this is normally where a reversal can occur, but not maybe a major one. So we got a reversal, and it's not bad, so maybe we'll reverse again. Crude on the way down. Oh, yeah, just about looking at Halliburton, you could tell that the CL, or just crude, doing bad. Down 7.69% right now, and falling. Johnson & Johnson had serious technical damage. We looked at it yesterday. It's awful, dude. It's up 1% today. Man, kind of sad, dude. Think about it. Johnson & Johnson. Like, imagine. You get a dividend.
What about J&J? Kramer said it's a must-own. Person struggling. Olive skin.
What's up, Claudio? Thanks for the 4. Well, you're at basement levels. Remember, you got as low during it was the culmination of the crash that Johnson & Johnson got down to December of 2016 levels, 109. You're at 120 right now, up 1.23% today. Again, it's a must own, but for how long until it dumps again, right? And the sad thing about Johnson & Johnson, man, is
I got wrecked this morning. Disrespected the TA. Lost all my money. It's cool though. Moved into mommy's house. She's making me some chicken tendies. She told me everything will be alright.
Wow, little James, I hope there's just an ounce of sarcasm. And hopefully it was on the front part where you didn't lose everything. Because that should never happen. You should never be investing more than you can lose, right? And position sizing is very important in trading. Because, dude, you have to be consistent with your size. Because we know that trades can fail, and they do fail. Trades are just considered overhead. Right? Just like you go to a restaurant owner has to pay for the food, has to pay his employees, has to pay for his vendors, right? That's overhead. As a trader, you're going to get stop losses. You're going to get stopped out. Okay, that's overhead, cost doing business. And so if you have different position sizes per trade, you can't ever be consistent, because like what happens on the, you go all in on one that looks great, but it just doesn't play out. And you lost so much of your stack, and then you try to trade the next one, you try to be conservative and go back to the plan. You know how many trades it would take for you to recover the losses you ensued on the first one, right? So position sizing, it's just as important as using TA itself, man. Risk reward. What are you risking? And what would your reward be if it played out?
Bullish divergence on 4 hour.
Yes, Steve, we can look at Target, man. Target, thanks for threes. All right, S&P Dow bouncing a little bit. Johnson & Johnson at this old support from April 2017. Very nice rally, but this isn't you can get a reflexive rally here. I mean, let's just go from our high point to low point on Johnson & Johnson before we go to Target. You've exceeded the 236, like the indices, all right? Dow Jones, S&P. All right, so individual assets are now finally hitting shallow retraces, their most shallow retrace. So for Johnson & Johnson, before another sell-off, you'd think that it would go between 126 and 137 before reversing to the downside again, right? Because anyone just buying at bottoms, you get lucky, it bounces, and then 3 months go by, it hits these targets, you don't sell, and then it dumps again back to these levels and then goes lower in 6 months, right? 5 months. And then what, dude, right? It's trader's market, because you got to have a plan when you buy it at these points. You can dollar cost average in your other portfolios, right? Other parts of your portfolio. But I don't know, man. Like, you understand how strong the support was, right? You're like in this range from May of 2017 until March of 2020. We're talking 3-year range where support held every time. This is beautiful. Y'all remember the cipher and the wedge? It was gorgeous. There was divergence there too. It was spectacular. TA was respected, but then you up-thrusted through the overhead resistance all-time highs.
Acting as an extra indicator for SPY-G, etc. And any thoughts? Thanks for always being live during open. Love your content here since 0319.
Bob H, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Oh man, you're a new one. Looks like people still finding me, chat. Take that, Shadow Ban. Oh man, well, we've had a lot of cool, crazy stuff happen in our days. Dang, you missed most of the crash too. So you've been here since, are you talking about March of 2019? Is that what you're saying? Because if that's the case, man, you've seen a lot of crazy stuff then, a lot of good stuff, and now a lot of bad. But, yeah, what am I thinking? March of 2019. Sorry. Yeah. I was thinking like March 19th. I don't know why. Oh, we're going, man. We're streaming. So just saying about Johnson & Johnson, it's going to be real tough breaking back above all this stuff. If you ever get back to 125, oh my God, dude, that's wonderful. That's a feat. But for now, you'd think maybe this might be starting to be regarded as resistance, and at these levels, we start reversing the downside, and then we start playing this range between 109 and 122 for an extended amount of time. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Maybe you trade it. Maybe we get back down to 109 again, or close to it. Maybe we show some real divergence or something, and maybe we could take a long there for another rise up. But remember, straight line down, no pattern development at all, right? So straight line down, that's not a swing trader's paradise. Paradise is when we have pattern development after the moves. And normally what happens after crashes, you consolidate bearishly, get a huge rising wedge pattern, kind of like Bitcoin's doing. And then eventually in time, you dump out of that to lower prices. So anyway, here we go, man. See, what are you worried about, dude? What are you worried? 24.33. We're not selling off too much. We're well off our session lows. We're not, we're not at open price either, but dude, just relax. It's going to be okay, man. Up and down. Don't be scared. All right, so you were asking, so let me get back to this. I got to answer one question at a time. Bob H, I still got you, man. Hold on. But for Steve wanting to see Target, Let's just zoom out on it and log scale. We don't have to look at the log. What are you saying? Bullish divergence on the 4 hour. Well, there's kind of bullish divergence on the daily MACD. If you can see it, look, a low on price, a much lower low on price. But that just means maybe we can get a triple MACD, go even lower. So you got a little bit of daily divergence on the MACD, maybe a little tail end RSI divergence like all the other indexes. Like you got the Dow Jones, S&P, Qs, they were doing the same thing. 2428 S&P. Almost looks like you're kind of trying to double bottom here, maybe. Right, low on price, lower low on price, higher levels relative strength. And the thing is that we haven't touched this. This might, the fact that we haven't touched this yet might be a good thing, might be a great thing. Where, oh hey, maybe opportunity. So like $90. If you don't hold $90, it's like this zone right here between 89. Right, you see this peak and this peak. All right, so it's like 89, 60 to $90. Could be a very powerful base where we could bounce. If you don't hold that, though, you're going to $85. 85 to 84. So I think we got a channel here too. Right, could we? Now it's kind of just like the Dow. It's kind of like the Qs, right, where it's like a descending broadening wedge. All right, just this new anchor point. So, I mean, that definitely two diverging trend lines that are both down sloping. So the daily's starting to show a little exhaustion, and you're nearing a support that you haven't touched yet, despite anything you believe about what happened on March 16th. You didn't touch it. I'm sorry. Look, even at your highest wick, you didn't touch it. So that might be an area where we could see a reversal. 4 hour. Also diverging like crazy. Yep. But look, you're at session lows right now on Target.
Mitch, can you look at MDT? Medtronic is the biggest medical device manufacturer by market cap, and also the biggest producer of ventilators. Healthcare and Corona play with this equity. Thanks.
Cheer, Tennessee Vols, Crypto Gang. We'll look at MDT soon. Hold on a sec. So yeah, 4 hour is diverging like crazy. A low, a lower low, and now about the same low. You know what that beep means, right? That's FYX Tindy beeps. FYX man and his calls. Tindy alert. Bruh. Are we gonna do it? FYX, get in here, man. Oh my god. So the negative momentum is just beginning to build, though, so we could keep building. But you can't argue here. You gotta say, like, you're diverging like a madman on both oscillators, not only on the 4 hour, but also the daily. So you are showing signs of seller exhaustion on target near a critical support looking left. Real talk. Yes. Very interesting. Yeah. It could be a double bottom. There's so much divergence, man, on target. There he is, man. He says, where do I YOLO what? What do you mean? You already YOLO'd, didn't you? The beat was because if you had calls, they're up now, like big time. Because the alert just went off.
Bottom in on XLM, RTR.
Oh, God,
Next
XLM.
being back in the States, I can super chat you when I'm in PR.
Puerto Rico, man. I hope you're doing well down there. Staying away from the nasty virus. Thank you, man. Roll Tide. But dang, dude. What a waste of a super chat request for XLM. Gross. Dude, I don't know. I don't know if it's the bottom for XLM. What does it do? Oh, it's like when you go to the supermarket, the scrub supermarket, and then there's like Fruit Loops, and XRP is Fruit Loops, and then you look at the bottom of the aisle, and there's like that bag of it's like a monkey, and it's like, not Fruit Loops, but it's like, I don't know. What are they called, dude? Just type in generic Fruit Loops. Monkey? I remember seeing this when I used to go to the grocery store when I was a kid. Yeah, Tutti Fruities or something, right? Yeah. Yeah, Tutti Fruities. They've probably discontinued now. Yeah, dude. XLM's like Tutti Fruities of crypto or something. Okay. All right. So nice stuff, dude. We're beginning to rally, and we could see green. And you're just don't be scared, man. Like, what's the problem? What are you scared about, dude? Oh my God, we sold off some, and now we're close to open price. What's the problem? That's what I don't understand. Oh my God, Bitcoin's at 6,600. I know there's assets I got to look at. Okay, just calm down. We're climbing. We're booming now, dude. We're really starting to rally. After, look, we rejected the 236. We sold off. And the sell-off was very, very mild. Very light, really. And now we're rallying. And so we could go back to test it. We can go in the green, man. What are you worried about? Unstable market conditions, extreme amounts of volatility. Yeah, this is volatile for the stock market, dude. Remember, you hit a high of 2,500. You hit a low of 24, about $100 swing. That's definitely volatile for the stock market, man. But yeah, keep your eye on Target, man. Target might be something that could be reversing soon. But again, market conditions, traders. I mean, it would be a trade. I mean, it could be. Where, like, at these levels, or maybe if you're lucky, you can get to $90. One takes a long, and could rally all the way to this 106 area, right? 90 to 106 could be a good yields on a trade. It would take a while. But look, what's going on? Why is Target? So the S&P and Dow Jones are rallying pretty freaking nice, and very well could see green again. And you got Target hitting session lows, and it's down 8.59%. What happened? Something's going on. Target. Okay. Medtronic. Oh, nice rally. Nice divergence. Yeah, whatever, dude. It's just doing what everything else did. Like, congratulations. So many support resistances. Oh my God. Oh, let me just, Alright. So, I'm so surprised that MDT crashed. I'm so surprised that on the 4-hour, MDT was showing divergence. You one bottom, two bottoms. Many assets were doing this. I just liked the Qs. The Qs, I liked it because the Qs showed divergence on both oscillators on the 4-hour. MDT only showed it on this freaking oscillator, the RSI. So yeah, it's up 3.35%. It's been up past 3 days. I mean, on Nasty Black Friday or whatever, it was up. So definitely just broke the neckline of the double bottom. Easy, man. Easy to get a little measured move here. I mean, I was just gonna use Fibonacci, but if it's breaking out, man, why not just measure for education? Well, you get a little measured move of this small structure. 91.10. That's your target in the short term. Oh my God, you're saying we could go to $91? Yeah, if the 100% measured move of the structure we just broke plays out, yes. We even just back tested it when it once was resistance became support today. We gapped up too. $24.34 S&P. You're fine, dude. You're just indecision on the day, $100 swing. That's one way of looking at it, but you don't have to look at it like Bulkowski double bottom. Go from the high to low. Oh my God, look at that. Look how perfect it is. You can't even make this up, dude. It is the most confluent you could ever be. It's like to the... Do you understand? The 382 is 9101. The measure moves 9110. It's the same thing. So a measure move puts you at the beginning of the golden zone. So that is the target. That's where MDT should go in time if it's to play out commonly. Like every day, no big deal. And bonus points if it can go to 96.87, a 50% retrace, or 102.74, the golden retrace. 618. MDT. Don't have to worry about a structure. Just worry about Fibonacci and worry about, you know, the double bottom. That's confirmed now. The divergence. Great. That'll help. Crypto Vols, Tennessee gang. Thanks, man. Still climbing. 24.37. This is what's going on, man. It's really not a big deal. Probably scared everyone out. Now it's gonna pump. Pump to the moon. For everyone's sake. I don't know. I'm just gonna look at like XLM to BTC or something. I'm tired of looking at these US dollar pairs with no data. Let's see. What can I do? Let's just start from scratch. Okay, this is going to be your Hardy's technical analysis. We're making biscuits from scratch on XLM to BTC. Well, you're in a range, and the range is bearish. That's all you need to know, I guess. There's a low that you haven't even hit yet. 554. Yeah, I guess that's support resistance too. Plot that. I mean, you tell me what's going on, man. It's like just a huge range. You're in support zone levels, right? But kind of concerning that every time you rally, you're just making low. You made a lower high. Yeah, you could rally here, sure. Definitely 4-hour divergence. That's just a straight line down. Sure, but what if you know, you're at 600 sats now, which is a support. You're kind of using it as resistance maybe from August of 2019. Remember, it's a huge range, and the range is extremely bearish, and the range has been in existence kind of really since like July of 2019. So normally bearish ranges, when they're finished and they break out, they normally go down. So in market conditions with stock market crashing and all that, yeah, man, maybe it's low risk, but I've seen countless bearish ranges like this in crypto. You think, oh my God, it's such a great chance, and then it dumps, and then you see it at all-time lows, and you're just like, oh yeah, go figure, it's at all-time lows now. But yeah, man, I mean, maybe, but you know, the lowest risk area for a long on XLM is going to be down at like 554. You got 50 sats away from where you are now. So maybe we go to the daily or something. S&P climb. This one I'm talking about, dude. We're gonna see green, man. 2443 on the S&P, and then 20,907 on the Dow Jones. Where you see we filled the gap. We barely went down at all. This is strong, man. Nice rejection at 2405. You're up big time, and you're continuing to climb. So worry not, chat. Right now, look at XLM on the daily, man. Yeah, diverging. Don't think we can. We're not even ever sold yet, dudes. So if you want to mess around with fruity 2D loops, right? By all means, be my guest, man. Have fun with your bearish trash range. It'll be nice. Have something like this and buy at the bottom because the prevailing impulse. Pumping Anderson. Oh my God, dude, triggered.
Is that a joint?
Wait, wouldn't this be bad for FYX if we pumped? I think pumped kind of methodically. Wait, I just typed in. Here's FYX's chart. Let's look at it. All right, here. FYX's chart. Sorry, dude, you crashed. You're up like everything else, though. A little bit. Oh, got to answer Bob's question about. He says, Bitcoin is almost acting as an extra indicator for the S&P and Dow Jones. Any thoughts? Yeah, my thoughts are I don't believe that. Bitcoin most of the time just does its own thing. It sometimes gets in sync with the stock market when the market's open, as we noticed. But it's open 24/7. Asia trades it. Russians trade it. South Americans, South Africans, everyone trades it, right? So Don't think so. It's not an indicator. Now, look at this, right? Now, with these indices starting to bounce pretty hard, what else is bouncing? Bitcoin. Yep, Bitcoin's bouncing too, man. So, remember Bitcoin at one point during this 4-hour session was at 68.38, and then at one point it was at 65.24, and now it's at 66.60. I mean, that's insane, dude. That's crazy volatility.
You have amazing visuals. Wow.
What's up, Bob Morton? What do you mean, man? What do you mean? I don't even know what that means, dude, but thank you, Kangs, dude, for the 5. So it looks like you found this 2011, 2012 area, and you bounced off of it, I guess. And that's definitely like strong support, stronger support than this one. FYX. And same thing, same analysis as Johnson & Johnson, everything else. If FYX wants to be a king again, you know, common retraces. Pretty much going to be between 44 and 52. Good luck, FYX. Now let's go to the VIX, though. Memeing aside, joking aside. And yeah, see, it's pulled back a little bit. See, it's in the, hold on, it's in the green again. It was up to plus 64, 64 plus, but with the stock market rallying pretty hard, pretty fast, VIX is just kind of sitting back, pulled back a little bit. Yes, Bitcoin's still in a bearish pattern, certainly. Even if it hits nearly $8,000, it's still going to be inside the parameters of that bearish structure. Yes. Sounds crazy, right? Hey, Yankee Trader, that's a good question, man. Find me a good widget API, and I will. Now. I'll add it. I'll figure out a way to put it where I'll have both going. That's a good thing, man. I could, like, turn on stocks for the morning and then crypto for the afternoon. They'd be pretty lit. Again, I don't think I haven't really researched it, but I could. S&P is about to go green, chat. So we could. We're not screwed yet. QQQ gang, unite. So you can see where we are still, though. We're still extremely elevated. I mean, still the same levels we were in December 2008 during the global financial crisis. So normally you want to crash, like we were doing it yesterday, and then okay, then you would have stayed crashed if it wasn't for the just insane bullish pump. You would have stayed crashed. But no, you had to be really volatile to the upside. So volatility both ways makes this thing stay elevated. So today you just want a methodical green day. Yeah, we had 1,000 or we had 100-point swing on the S&P, but maybe we just close up 2%. That would help bring this down. Tomorrow, 2% gains or losses. That would definitely help bring this down. You're just not getting it yet, man. You're not getting stability on these markets. Still very unstable conditions. But hey, at least today, with these unstable conditions, we might be green again. We might go and test the highs at 2501. Oh yeah, climbing, dude. Dow Jones above the 236, S&P still below it, but that's okay, man. Remember the, White House got the bill passed. Funding secured for everyone. $1,200 welfare dollars coming your way. If you made under $75,000 a year, if you made over $75,000 a year, you're screwed. If you're out of work, get wrecked, dude. I've read that the payroll tax that was supposed to be for employers and employees is now only going to be for employers, and that is because the government is now giving out those $1,200 checks to all employees everywhere, right? And you only get a payroll tax exemption as an employer if you don't lay off your workers or something. So yeah, there's definitely like things you have to do to be able to benefit holistically from the bill. But again, this is exactly what the economy that isn't working right now needed. The government's, I've been saying this past few days, what the government does now will determine how long our recession lasts. right? If the government remained indifferent and couldn't come up with a bill, and maybe another week went by, oh my God, another week or something without a bill being passed, then you understand in the week period that there wasn't a bill, there was an incentive for employers to keep employees somehow so they could benefit from the bill. We would just get, I mean, that would just put us further in a hole, and it would take even longer for the economy to recover, because that's just going to be trillions of dollars lost. So here we go, man. We're about to be in the green, 21,000 plus now on the Dow Jones. Let's go, man. S&P pump it, 2451 and climbing. NASDAQ trying to hold on, 73.73. Gold just being a king. That's my kind of gold, just doing nothing after sick gains. Yeah, this was a trade setup. Very happy about. Bitcoin's kind of just, you know, Bitcoin and gold are like exact opposites right now. Where, think about it, gold's certainly in an uptrend, like a long-term uptrend, and it double bottomed in the uptrend, and it had bullish divergence right on the 4-hour, and then you go to Bitcoin, which it's like the exact opposite. It's an alt-I situation. Like, for real, exact opposite situation. Maybe I'll pull up just for a few moments, and I'll change it back. I won't do this for long. I just want to do it for fun, just so you can see. Here we go, 2455. We going green, chat. It is upon us. Maybe we get 2 green days in a row for the first time since February 5th and 6th. We're talking almost 2 months now. That's ridiculous. That's gonna break eventually, and it could be today. Why not today when we pass the bill? You got to see this, man. It's like, I mean, how does it, do you get it? Look at Bitcoin and then look at gold. Let's flip Bitcoin over. It's the same picture, man. It's the same thing. I'm using the same thinking I used on gold for a trade setup for patrons as Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's actually a little bit stronger because of the much more concise. I mean, you got divergence really strong on the MACD, where you only had it on the RSI here, you didn't have it on the MACD. So it's just like, huh? Am I taking crazy pills? Bitcoin should be dumping soon. That's my argument for patrons and everyone else about this. It's the exact opposite of gold right now on the chart. 2440 on the S&P, pulling back. Dow Jones below 21,000, barely. $100. Okay, is the argument good enough for y'all? Someone tell me, am I crazy? What's up, Gareth? Do you think you would be better off with no payroll tax than $1,200? Probably, but might be. I mean, better than nothing at this point, dude. Hey, President Trump wanted it. He was the one that contrived it. He was the one that said, hey, when we do the payroll tax, it's going to be for the employee too. But we're in a crisis now, dude. We got bipartisanship that has to come together and get this bill passed. They did it. So there's just nothing that he could do, it just had to get passed, man, right? Because the longer it didn't get passed, the longer the government doesn't act, the longer the recession, the deeper the recession's going to be. I mean, Stephen Kahn, you tell me, man, like, if you think a scam wick like that is gonna, and I mean, like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, what if a stop out happens? Like, what if, man? You tell me, is that a fair stop out? Is that a real stop out, or is it a scam wick? Looks more like a scam wick to me. I'm just saying, dude, right? You have to use your own discretion in that situation, Stephen, man. But, right, if you made gains on gold and you see my analysis on Bitcoin and I just did the comparative analysis, you should be like, dang, man, that's pretty good. What the heck can Mitch do about a freaking scam wick, you know? But if you don't want the money, well, you're going to have to sit there and take it. Travis B, if you get it, maybe do something. You spend that $1,200 on canned food and go help your homeless shelter or something, right? I mean, many things you can do. But if you don't want it, then try to help other people with that money, right? That's it. That's right. Yep, you don't get anything you've made over 100K in 2018. Yes. But I think gold keeps rallying. Blair Landry. I mean, yeah, based on the fact that on significant time scales nor 4-hour time scales, which is pretty significant, gold's not showing buyer exhaustion yet. It's not. So that means that there is probability, a decent probability gold could continue to rise and maybe hit 1658. You think about the fundamentals, they're solid fundamentals. How much money and liquidity they're pumping into the world economy now. It's all good, Steven. I know you're not. But, you know, it is frustrating for me to wake up to that, right? Because I do care. I don't want people to get wrecked, you know? But I do want people to see my thought process or thought processes on these trade setups sometimes, and that comparative analysis was a good one, right, for explaining it. So here we go. 2448. Sellers don't look like there are many sellers today, chat. And if they were here, they're sleeping, dude. Buyers kind of taking over right now, which is good. Maybe we can exceed that 236 and see 2553. I think if you can break above 2477, that's the target, 2553. Looking better and better. Target continuing to dump. FYX. Man, it's starting to show so much seller exhaustion on the daily and 4-hour, and it's near that $90 mark, which might be an entry. Yeah, Brian Rig, this is gonna be there's gonna be a huge scar, right, throughout the world economy, man, for a very long time. I don't know if we'll ever we'll recover, but it will take a long time, man, for real. And we can see more on the 60-minute here. Yeah, just right at that previous peak. Couldn't break it. But yeah, decent so far. Give it, you know. It's wild though. We saw 2,500 today, right? Maybe we see it again. You know, it's interesting. You had hidden bearish divergence on the 60-minute. I was monitoring these yesterday. Don't know how much you have it now. I mean, it's kind of like a weak form of divergence now because it's like you're now at the same high. You're not making lower highs anymore. You're making the same high. So the argument's just not as strong for this hidden divergence. All right, that would be impending price action continuation to the downside. That's what that means. Dang it, dude. It's not letting me. When I put my computer in sleep mode and turn it back on, and I have these screens still up on all these assets, it doesn't let me publish anything anymore. It doesn't let me augment anything on these charts. It's so weird. I have to refresh it and start over, and it's kind of tedious to do that every day. So here we go, 24.55. Looking good, man. Looking decent. Continuing to climb. But you think eventually this positive memo would start waning and you go red again, but it's only the 60-minute. It's an insignificant time scale for sure. So that's really what you're doing though. If you go into the less significant time scale, you can kind of see what your problem is. Your problem right now is being unable to break this March 19th, 2020 high, right? That's the issue. You rejected it, but after rejection, you're climbing again to test it once more, and maybe this time would break it to the upside. We can. Yeah, again, 25.50 I think is the next target. That's the S&P. Dow Jones probably similar type stuff. Okay. What happened? I'm gonna read some chat again. Dude, we've been going hard. I've been live for an hour and a half.
Bruh.
How? What happened to time? TA time machine. That's what we call it in here. No, Neil, there's no number for that. Like, there's no chart for that, you know? Like... See, thanks for the nearly 700 people tuned in. Seems like I'm not shadow banned anymore, chat, right? I mean, I'm certainly not shadow banned now. Because, like, dude, it's so noticeable when I'm shadow banned. Like, my concurrent viewership just is cut in half. And then when I'm not, just back to business as usual, right? The same numbers. I don't know. It's weird. Is target pumping? FYX, what are you doing, dude? You're saying target and then target pump it and target this. Tell me something, man. Anyone with a 3 to 6 month emergency fund will be kings. I mean, I don't know about kings. He might just survive. What's up, MK dudes? LA Jesus, man. I mean, I guess the shadow ban's over, dude, right? Yesterday, I with war, like, think about it, yesterday. We were up, like, we had the largest stock market pump, like, single point pump ever. And I was sitting like 350 viewers. But then the day before, I'm at like 700. But the day before, I'm like 350. But the day before, I'm like 1,000. And then every day before that, before I started playing all those Trump streams in the background, it was like 700 to 1,000 average every day for the past like 3 weeks. So I don't know, man. Thanks, YouTube. But hey, good news is me not playing those President Trump, like, you know, pressers every day. It's working to where they're uplifting shadow bans. So, and I get why they do it. So 2451 still fine on the S&P. Just looking at the 60 minute now, because, you know, the 60 minute can give us a better glimpse of what's happening. You can't really see on the 4 hour, but you can see on the 60 minute why we're not just already at 2550. It's just this area that was regarded once as resistance, rejected, but barely. And now the fact that we're coming back up to it is good. That's a good sign. So soon we could test this and then break it for real. And if we do, we could get a really nice rally again, man. A really nice one. I'm not gonna get 1,200, dudes, Jonathan. And I don't care. Like, I'm fine with that.
Can you look at RCL?
Sure. RCL, Bitcoin 6621, S&P, doing fine. Doing real fine. You got Dow Jones doing fine. Near open price. 21,059. That's great, dude. Filled the gap like we talked about. And now it's up. It did what it was supposed to. Perfect. Garley's gap theory. Garley would be happy right now. He'd be pleased. So what'd you do, dude? You hit the 886 like the Jesus man, and you rallied again. You're up 13%. You were up 15% yesterday. So you're up 30% in 2 days on just a couple gaps. So this is what we're talking about. Reflexive rallies. The rally's kind of beginning a little bit. And this is how, like, at prices this low, anyone being leveraged on shorts or puts or something, this is how you get wrecked, dude. You're talking about an asset that can't even, it's not even working right now. Like, you can't do cruises. Cruises don't exist right now. So, okay, my logic is going to be, I'm going to short an asset that's lost, 85% of its value in record time in like 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Time to short the bottom, right? I mean, this is what can happen to you. You can just get steamrolled by just futures, gap ups, bills getting passed to stimulate the economy, right? I don't know why I have this again. Why did I have that? I don't know why I have this here. There was some reason. Oh, it was about the appreciation of value since the bottom. And it was yesterday. And we talked about it was at 102% increase in value. It's still there. It's right at it. It was a little bit higher earlier. But yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's at an 886 retrace. That's a deep retrace and a critical support looking left. That's the rally we've had. So yeah, traders market, not really investors. Why would you want to invest in an asset that is deferring to give out guidance? Its company can't even work. It can't make any money for the foreseeable future till they start opening cruises back up. And then it's like, here we go. This is what I'm talking about, chat. S&P 2464. It's breaking it. And this means that we might have a real nice day if we can really break this. I'm telling you, dude. We could see 2550 today if we break this. Good news. Here it comes. We'll see if we can do it, man. Can we be kings? Because the breakout is upon us. You get that, right? First time, you could see that buying pressure. Whoa, man. No sellers now. Sellers gone. That was it. That was the seller's attempt for the day. And now the rally is coming, chat. We about to pump. Like if you can just feel it in the air. It's like the air is charged. Don't think we're gonna fail this time. You're at, your highest high. Let's see, let's make this pinpoint that wick right there. So you haven't even tested that. You're about to test that. It's coming, dude. QQQ gang. Because I can tell you if the S&P is doing this, then the Qs, well, NASDAQ, but the Qs are probably doing well too. Maybe pull back a little bit. But, dude, I'm thinking here, this is it, man. You're just at an enormous crossroads right now. Let's see, man. Let's see if we can break. I'll keep an eye on it. Anyway, so that was RCL. And that was, someone requested that. Good old Arjun. Thank you for the $5 super chat again, man. Thanks. I don't know if I gave recognition. Or we just went to it, right? Come on, dude. Yeah, never mind. I mean, it's okay. We're looking at the daily here, not 4 hour. I'll take that back. So I'm looking at the NASDAQ. It's not really... It's actually kind of underperforming right now. It's actually lower than its open. But it did make its highest high since March 13th today. And it got really close to testing a major resistance. Right here. That's where you double topped October and September of 2018. You touched that before pulling back pretty hard. So maybe we could get a rally. I mean, you're well off your lows of the day at 179 or 183 right now. So, see if we can get that, man. S&P really, really right now just critical areas. And pull back. Just be patient, man. Arjun, man, oh my god, look at the tip jar, it's freaking out. Thank you for the 5, man. The back-to-back 5s. Holy crap. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for all the support. It means a lot. Democrats had a call at 10:15 Eastern confirming that they are going to pass the bill in the Senate when they come off recess today at noon. Jed Detroit, thanks for the clarification. Still have yet to break the resistance. At least you can see what it is, right? Dow Jones still above its open, filled a gap, and rallied since then. Well off its highs too. Not well off, it's just off its highs. Got up to 21,449. So come on, man. Very little selling pressure at this resistance. First time, okay. Here we are again testing it once more. Bitcoin 6647. Oh, go figure. Bitcoin's pumping with the market. Right, every time the market rallies, the Bitcoin's rallying at the same time. You're at 6650. Boy. No, I do not think Spirit Airlines is a good buy right now. based on the fact that today alone it's up 24.5%. I'll add an alert. You know, if we break that resistance, you're going to hear the beep on stream, okay? Very close. So Spirit Airlines that had a crash. It crashed because all airline companies have crashed. I mean, what is this IPO price back from 2011? You fell below IPO price? What? Got as low as 728 before. So you were at 728 5-6 trading sessions ago. 735, 738, and now you're at 1680. And so you gapped up today. And again, 24 to 25% up on a gap up. Yesterday you're up 50 plus. What are we up? Probably 100 plus percent since the bottom, right? 150% since the bottom. Jeez. I don't know. Like for me, these are just doing what assets do, right? XA. Now you're working on A to B, and then B to C, and then C to D, right? You're like, there's no pattern development yet for me. So as a swing trader, again, I'm just like, just waiting, man. I gotta wait for way more. I mean, yeah, your first positive histogram wick on Spirit since Valentine's Day. That's nuts, right? That's like Bitcoin. And we're talking about just common retraces where Spirit could go during this rally right now. You've just hit the 236. You're at it right now. Where it would go and commonly retrace to before reversing to the downside majorly is between 2258 and 3208. So there's still upside potential, but dang, man, really hard to buy when there's a 25% increase in value on the day. Buying green like that, that's a good way to lose a crap load of money real fast in a day, right? What if futures just, hey, we had 2 green days in a row. We're about to go on another insane day because it does look like it. And let's take a gander. Here we go. Chat.
Bruh.
You're breaking resistance.
Bruh.
Sorry, a lot of bruhs. Where's the beep? Chat, give me the beep now. Or else. If I don't hear a beep. Okay, so just, you broke the resistance. So look, you can see the wick. You broke the wick, the high. And you guys saw it's 2470. That's the good news. That's technically a breakout right now. No confirmation at all, but you are kind of breaking out right now of a local high on the 60-minute, which isn't a big deal, but it's real life, man. It's real. It's happening. So what more do you want? Dow Jones 21,260 and climbing. Chat, this could be it. This could be the second. This could be there it is, chat. We've done it, man. 2471 and climbing. You're definitely breaking out right now. You want to talk about a real gap? A technical gap fills at like 2530. Because that's where traders settled up before you gap down. And never filled. Maybe now. 66.69 on Bitcoin. Welfare markets are in full effect right now. Gotta love it. You're not at session highs. Session highs was, an hour ago, 2502. So we could see that again for sure. What does that mean? A lot of assets across the market are going to be benefiting quite well from this. Kind of a lot more mixed bag than I thought on my watch list. All over the place. A lot of red and green. Okay, NASDAQ's finally going green again. Let's go. Q gang in the house. Gold, still just stable coin, stable asset, right? Let's go. Q's still hanging out around at 183.68. Climbing, getting close to open prices. Gotta love how the divergence played out. Man, I loved that. It was like shortening of the thrust. type stuff, man. You were the 2-time rejection was so nice. It was like, whoa, wait a second. 66.75, 81 on Bitcoin now. Less than an hour to go till your 4-hour candle closes. S&P is on the 60-minute breaking out. You're still above the breakout price, the resistance. So if this holds, does seem likely we would see much higher prices. There's a potential double top. It is not a confirmed double top on Bitcoin, right? It's never confirmed until you break the neckline. So it's not a valid pattern yet. Just to be clear there. If Bitcoin was to dump here, it would be respecting the TA. Yes. For it to pump and break above 6,800 for real and run to 7,400 would be completely disrespecting the TA on the 4-hour. Yes. For sure. Arjan, I don't know about that, man. But thank you for watching and thank you for the support, dude. Thanks everyone for the supports. These are insane times. And it's an honor to be able to cover them for you. Because you could be watching anyone. Alright. Man, just right at it. You're really trying to break it, but you know where we are. You do break it, could be a nice run to the upside. But if not, you can see what Bitcoin did yesterday, where it was at 6,800 for so long and just kept failing, and then it dumped and got as low as 64.60, and then now it's up again. I mean, then it rallied to 69.81, and then it dumped, and then it down to 6,500, and then it rallied to 6,800 again, and then dumped again to 60. I mean, it's just insane volatility on Bitcoin. Nothing is too small to fail this time around. Yeah, dude. Welfare money for everyone, for every company, for every asset. Just pump it, dude. Pump everything. And we'll worry about the monetary system collapsing in like 10 years. No big deal, dude. That'll be our next crisis. Whatever we're doing now is going to be the next crisis. Jeez. Gold dropping? I'm sorry. I don't think we're looking at the same chart. Unless you dropped your physical gold on your foot or something, right? No, the vote's already passed, I think. They just had to sign it.
Open your bags up. Helicopters incoming. Can we look at AKRX, bullish div on RSI and MACD on daily? Much love, brother. You are a king. 33.16342605 bad.
Thank you, Brian Rigman, for the 502. $5.02 of BAT crypto contribution. Much love, man. Yep. We can look at that. So you're saying it looks like everything else on the markets right now? Probably. Yep. Just about everything has had divergence, man. Even the indices. I don't know about this one, man. Ugh. This is terrible. Miserable chart. No, I don't know if I'd ever want to buy this, ever. This has been in a real downtrend since 2015. So imagine this thing, when we had the the strongest bull run, one of the strongest bull runs in the history of mankind. Throughout all of it, this thing topped out in 2015. Look at it. It's like a bankrupt asset, it looks like, man. You're below prices from 2009. Ice line, yeah, you're at an ice line. 2004 levels. Wow, so you're like at all-time lows. Yeah, you are pretty much touching all-time lows from 2003. So real bad. Sure, maybe a bounce here, but I don't think it's gonna be much. Hey, imagine stock market is up on the day and you're down 2.71%. Dude, think about it. Royal Caribbean, that can't even work right now, that can't make money, is up 15%, and this thing's down to 0.71%. Unless this comes up, if this is the one that comes up with a cure for coronavirus, that's the only thing that's going to make this actually moon. This is terrible, dude. No structure, no pattern development to go along with your divergence. Yeah, certainly diverging at all-time lows. Okay, maybe you get a bounce. It could be a very pathetic trash bounce that only goes up barely anything, and then you dump again. All right, so I'll give you that. I'll give you a daily bullish divergence, but I can't give you a pattern. You haven't even hit all-time lows yet, which is at 28.9 cents. So this thing could lose half its value before eventually rallying again. So, nah, man. Trend is awful. It's been awful. And it's been awful in the best bull market ever, pretty much. So, good luck, dude. Yeah, technicals are saying impending price action versus the upside, but you got to remember, in a bear trend, bullish stuff just doesn't work as well. It's just not as reliable. This is a clear downtrend, multi-year downtrend, talking 6-year downtrend. Gross. 2460 on the S&P, failing to break again for the second time this resistance from March 19th. Second rejection now. Bitcoin 6644. Okay. Man, really was optimistic here that we'd break it, but it looks like we're really starting to pull back now. Oh, nice. Market's up 3% since we looked at it. Hey, divergence, man. Divergence of the 4-hour and daily. Double bottom stuff, right? Maybe 24.55 and pulling back. Dow Jones about to be at open price. So, what the heck, man? What was that? And we'll get another crack at it. 13 minutes till the 60-minute candle closes. I've been live now for almost 2 hours. Bruh. If you're enjoying the live stream coverage of these markets, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks so much. Oh my God. FYX. Oh my God, you bought 750 shares of freaking Target, dude? Or what? Yeah, the vote already happened. I mean, like, dude, there's something about, like, official signing. It's like you can agree on it, and then it gets signed later. That's what happened with the trade deal with Trump and China, right? Where they agreed upon it, and that was when, you know, good news happened, right? But then, like, the next day, he signed it, or next 2 days, he signed it, okay? So, not a big deal. Get wrecked. Oh, only reason you asked because you work there, Brian? I got you, dude. Come on, man. We're just right at critical resistance. If we can break it, we could see another nice green day. Not even a joke. What are you talking about, Brian, man? Not for real, though. Oh, yeah, dude. Unemployment numbers tomorrow. Holy crap. That's going to be something else, man. How long am I streaming today? I don't know. I normally just go as long as there is demand, right? If engagement and chat stays up, viewer count stays up, normally we can get into marathon territory if it's warranted, but you know how that is. Thanks for the nearly 700 people here. And we're just looking across all markets, man. Go back to Bitcoin real quick. Try to check on it at least once an hour. So here it is, man. If you can even believe it at this point, for how well it's just stayed up. Where you're rejecting 6,800 now on the 4-hour for the 4th time. It's a lot of rejection, man, but you're just not really going anywhere. You're starting to round out where it does look like an Eve is developing, an Adam and Eve double top potentially. It's not a valid pattern until you would break 5,700 or so. Here we go, 2465 on the S&P. We're right back at it, man. We're hugging that resistance real well. That's good news.
Good news. In addition to the tendies, I negotiated a regular allowance.
Thank God.
Mommy will also help me buy some more bitcoins. We're back in business, kings. On a serious note, Is BTC gonna fall off a cliff, or are we consolidating for a move up?
Well, if you want to talk about magic bullcrap, we go up. If you want to talk about TA being respected, we go down. That's it. Lil James, you saw my comparative analysis to gold and Bitcoin? Like where I used the same look to post a trade setup to patrons on gold for a double bottom. It's in a overall uptrend on golds. Fundamentals are good too. Bullish divergence. Atomy double bottom. And so here we are in a bear trend, a very real bear trend on Bitcoin, with an atomy of potential double top with bearish divergence on both oscillators. So it's actually a little bit strong, just a little bit stronger argument on this one than my gold argument when I posted that trade setup. So it should go down, but here we are just hanging around. Teddy KGB stuff. I think I've got the ticker, or I've got the quote on it or something, right? I don't know. All the mods changed their names, so I don't even know which one. Yeah, listen, dude. This is it. This is Bitcoin right now.
Hanging around.
Yeah, Bitcoin. So, you're still alive, bulls, but the oscillators would tell you your days are numbered. If TA is disrespected, then you go to 7,200, 7,400. If it's respected, you dump here. You break below 6,420, and you probably come down to 6,170. And if the wedge breaks, then you're going down to 5,800 again. No more shadow ban, Schwab says. Awesome, dude. Thanks for the update on that. $24.59. S&P once again has failed to break the resistance that it is testing. All right, second time rejection now. Only 8 minutes to go till this candle closes. That's not good to reject again. And then you get a 60-minute candle close. Gross, man. JD just watched Rounders last night. Boom. So I'm your host, Scuffed Matt Damon. Hi. I don't know. People have been calling me that. People call me. People like, you look like this guy. You look like that guy. I look like everybody, man. All right. Well, remember, what are you really testing to and failing to break? It's not just this high here on the 60-minute. It's also the 236. Right, you have not been able to break that 236. You're green on the day. Let me hide that. Oh wait, I can't hide it. Gosh dang, it's so annoying. Can't do anything. So just dojiing right now. Complete indecision. $100 swing on the day. So volatility is very real, but you're just, buyers and sellers are indifferent right now. It's kind of like the White House right now. I don't know.
Quick look at $TGTX, please. THX brew.
What's up, Adam? Yeah, we'll look at Target X, whatever that is. Sure. TG Therapeutics Incorporated. Okay, yep, busted the upside, had divergence like everything else on the 4-hour. Look, man. Oh my god, a low on price, a lower low on price. A low on price, a lower low on price. Yeah, bullish divergence. Did you hit an actual support though? Maybe we hit an 886. Looks like we hit an 886. Might be wrong. Low to high. Pretty much hit an 886. I mean, look how close you were to the 88% retrace with a divergence. But again, let's see if there's. I mean, you almost hit that. Look, you didn't hit this swing low nor the 886. Look how close you were though. You just like, I don't know, 5 pennies off or something. A nickel off before rally. Nice nice automatic rally, reflex rally going on. High to low, Think about this. You hit a 382. So we're now in the golden zone. We could reverse at any time now to the downside majorly. All right, you know the golden zone. Other than that, I mean, not much of a structure at all. Straight line down, kind of. The only thing that happened was just some seller exhaustion at a pretty critical support and Fibonacci area. And you reversed, like many other things on this market, right? That's it, dude. There's not much more to it. Good news is you broke above a critical resistance in 931. That might be back tested if we reverse here. You come down, if you can hold. That's the key now on TGTX. When we do reverse, if we do, how will this asset hold up at 930, 931? You better hold it. If you can hold it long enough, you reverse barely, and then you run again. But that's like an area to watch. Like, that's extremely important. And now look at this. All this resistance down here. You're kind of above it right now. 2017 levels. Oh, you got all kinds of resistance support everywhere, man. So much chop. So that's what you did. That was the top. You hit 1044 and pulled back a little bit, so you can see that correlation, those historical support resistances. So again, man, if you can break 1044, it does seem possible 1130. And then there you go, man. That's a valley from February 28th. It would be a resistance now. So you're already in an area where a major reversal to the downside could happen. At least we know 930 is the cutoff, right? TGTX is probably screwed again, at least for a while, if it breaks 931. If it can hold it, maybe you can rally again. That's it, dude. Had a real nice run. You've been going since March 18th. So this thing has been doing well while the whole market's been crashing. Here we go. 2470 chat. Climbing again. Good. Dow Jones 21,306. Filled the gap. And is now near it, getting closer and closer to its session highs. Thank you, Boeing. S&P is a little off. Kind of lagging behind the Dow Jones today because of that Boeing. But on the way down, this was leading the way into the abyss because of Boeing. So, you know, it gets its one day. Hey, guess what? Welfare markets, Bitcoin's pumping with the stock market. Again. No surprise. Oops. $66.83, if you can even believe it. I mean, like, if the stock market pumps Bitcoin, yeah, what if the stock market has another insane day today? Well, then, and if Bitcoin's correlating with that price action, why the heck does Bitcoin not break 6,800 and go to moon? Because welfare, because TA being disrespected.
Can we take a look at TLT? I have the ENS on 4 hours with possible bull dip forming.
Yeah, I was looking at TLT yesterday. I think that was something I was noticing, very close to it anyway. Yeah, it did look intriguing. You'd have to come all the way back down to 153 though, right? Yeah, you look, a neckline being created now. But I seriously think you would have to come down to 153. What's up, Farink? Good to see you, man. Somos. Nice hammer, though, right? No divergence on the 4 hour. Yeah, you'd have to do this. This would have to go down for it to be an inverse head and shoulders, right? So not a real pattern. Hasn't happened yet. Not valid. But maybe there's a good buying opportunity at 152. What were you talking about? Bullish divergence forming? You can't have bullish divergence forming when you're at higher prices than before, right? You have to be at lower lows to be getting divergence. I see absolutely no bullish divergence here. But I do get the idea of maybe... And you know why? Look at this, man. I have this from way back. It's just this like resistance area. Look, like 1, 2, 3. Isn't back in. That's what we bounced off of, like the Jesus man, before rallying, before dumping. And so what if we come back and back test it as, you know, if it's sprung, we get a back test of the spring, 152, 153. That might be a trade setup. Might be a beautiful one. Because you're in an uptrend right now, overall uptrend. And you get a pause in the trend with the pattern, the inverse head and shoulders. And those are the perfect times to be going long. It's like an asset that's overall bullish. It pauses its bullish trend to paint a bullish reversal pattern, and you take a long right at where the left shoulder area would be. Okay, does that help at all? 2461 S&P, we're trying, man. They're just really struggling. Dang, dude. Really struggling to break that 2470, and that's just looking left, man. That's that March 18th, 19th high. You'd figure that wouldn't be too big a deal. Like, come on, man. Samuel, if you made less than $75,000 and or less than $100,000 in 2018, you're gonna get a check, man. If you're a U.S. citizen, you'll get more if you have kids and have a wife. Yeah, Bitcoin 6670, right around where it's been since the stock market started rallying. So, yeah, man. And this is all coming off of, I mean, this is probably because of the bill getting passed. But you just gotta be very, very cautious here. Because we understand that the Truman Show guy, which are news events that come out, negative news events have been devastating to this market. They have like single news events have been catalyst for the dumps, like every day almost on the way down. You know, like we see it in real time. News breaks and it's like, oh, we're just dump on the futures or on spot price. And so what I'm saying is tomorrow we have a jobless claims report, where we're potentially going to see well over 1 million people file for unemployment or joblessness. So that's like why today is great. Yesterday was insanely good. You got to be a little concerned. And this is why it's like, I don't know, man. It's almost like implied that we're screwed, right, on that number. So it's almost like everyone could be loading the boat, going short for tomorrow or buying puts. And this is the last day before a huge sell-off happens again and we fill the gap because it's so bad. But maybe, is it baked in, the number? Like, up to what number is baked in to prices right now? That's the question, man. Gold hasn't really moved since we started the stream 2 hours and 5 minutes ago. So we'll just do it because no, I haven't done it. Look on the 8th. Oh my god, man, we did it. Yay. Down 20k soon. Okay, well, we hit 20k today already, so we're ahead of you on that. What's up, MDD? Thanks for watching, man. Good morning, Stoner. Good morning, James. Sensitivity. I guess market has a high beta news right now. Yeah, it sure does. That's like if you're in a bear trend, bad news. Right? It's like a bearish indicator and a bearish trend. It's normally more reliable. Ford dumpster fire. Bitcoin $6,666. Oh my god, monkey ass. Ugh. Gross. I want to say. You might hear noises for a second. Now we're good. It didn't bug out. So how many confirmed cases of COVID-19 do we have now? I'm going to refresh. It still says 415,876. Now it is 438,749. Dang, man. I mean, I know it's like that's the world number. That's a lot. And there's so many more people out there that are infected with this virus that aren't in that number. You know that. You know how it's working now. People aren't even... Governments don't even want you to come to the facility. They just want you to stay home. So they don't want you to infect people. Anyway. Refresh that. Let's see. No, not yet. Thanks for the 700 still here. Thanks for the 310 likes. Maybe, just maybe, we get 400 likes in this stream. We got the numbers, dude. We got the people, the power. I mean, supposedly having high likes, engagement is good for my channel to be recommended to other people that haven't seen the stream. So if you want the channel to grow, you want more people to join the community, hitting the like button's your way of doing it for real. That's this real life. 2465 right now. Trying to climb, man. It's so indecisive, isn't it, today? 100-point swing on the S&P, but you're just right at open price. It's freaking wild. Brian remembers when the cases were just 80,000. I fear that that was never the case. I think there were over 100,000 cases in China alone before it really started spreading, which is kind of scary. Dude, Chinese government, come on. How could you ever believe anything they say? Like, lying is built into that culture they've created. They destroyed the old Chinese culture with Mao Zedong. I mean, mass genocide of their own people. I mean, you know, burned books, burned art, culture, got rid of religion, everything, man. There's very little moral fiber over there compared to like what we have. Like, thou shalt not lie or steal. But over there, it's like dog eat dog. It's like, well, if I don't do it, someone else is going to do it, so I better do it. And it's not lying or cheating if I don't get caught. So that type of mentality coming from the government is going to spill over to the people over a few generations. So welcome to the world we live in. It's not, magic rainbows all the time. Sorry. China's not bad. It's just the government. The government that rules dominion over the Chinese people is bad. So big ones, 6650. You got S&P at 2468. Just really trying to break a resistance, looking left, trying to break the 236 fib node from the all-time highs. Oh. Yeah, dude, numbers can't be really accurate now. The virulence, how contagious this virus is, man. I'm sure there are people with coronavirus that think they just have the regular flu now, so, and I'm sure many people that are sick and healthy, they don't want to leave their house because they don't want to get other people infected. And also, I don't know, man. Probably because they're thinking about, I don't want to go through the headache of having to deal with seeing everyone else that's sick too. Probably like a stigma now. Oh, you got coronavirus. You have the plague. Get away from me, man. Still up on the day, on the indices.
Is that a joint?
Let's get likes rolling, viewers.
So Raptor J, man, thanks for the 420 contribution. Much love, dude. Thanks for all the support today. Y'all are amazing, as always. So there you go. Paris Fisher saying you can't get tested unless you're over 65 in Orange County, Florida. John Q Connect, if his daughter gets sick. Yep. Riot. Session high closed today on S&P or riot, right? Long lines out of the hospital. Yeah, dude. It's like, hey, you thought grocery stores were bad? Go to the hospital. Check that out. Just as bad. Will the market hit a lower low? Huh? What are you talking about, Taylor? Gotta be more specific. We're talking about stocks, golds, crypto, oil, talking about all sectors, right? So you gotta be as specific as possible when asking a question. Because I've done most of the analysis today, dude. It takes 2 hours, 13 minutes. We've done pretty freaking decent job of covering all the live price action across the markets. And so now it's like, all right, I get to chill back for a minute and talk with y'all, hang out. That's like how it goes on most live streams that are good or anything. What's up, Rufflezor, man? Thanks for the 5 super chat. Wait for the beep, or wait for the whatever. There it is.
Just finished trading in the zone. Great read. Any books you can recommend that talk more specifically about patterns, formations, and indicators?
Yes, check out the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns, 2nd edition by Thomas Bulkowski. Rufflezor, great one for that. That's how you can learn patterns. Man, talk about goes into depth each pattern that exists. If you really have a passion for this stuff, man, you won't be able to put the book down to learn this stuff for real. Now, if you don't, it'll be dry and boring, and you'll lose interest and go do something else. But again, you gotta to learn this, just like anything that is kind of complex. It takes passion. You don't have passion, that's okay. You don't have to have passion to watch the show, but you sure as heck gotta have passion to learn technical analysis, complex technical analysis. Thank you, Rufflezor. Also, join the effing Discord, because we have something called an educational resources tab that gives out many book recommendations in it. All sanctioned by us, the community. Join the Discord. Check out educational resource tab and many books, copious binders of books, right? May Rodney connect. Just reading some stuff, man. Sorry. Boeing passed $172 with Dow Jones. It should be climbing, man. It is kind of. I mean, Boeing is making the Dow outperform the S&P today. Wonderful. What happened? Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, just spoke. Canada will give all the workers that lost their jobs $2,000 Canadian. So that's like, what, $1,500 US a month till the end of the pandemic. Not bad. It's just about the same as the US, right? Link invalid? Huh? If you were banned in the Discord, we need your name. Mods will have to do a review. I don't really do that, right? I delegate to mods. So still, man, just struggle city. S&P just flat now. Like, after the volatility from the morning, the beginning, it's just like you're stuck, man. I just don't know. I'm not sure if they've talked about when that's actually going to roll out. Right? Have they? Don't think so. I think we'd have to get signatures still, right? So... Prince Charles has COVID? No, he doesn't, Blard. Does he? Sounds like fake news. Alright, so just, you know, man, like whatever. Indecision day. Egg, man. If we close today like this, FYX is going to lose his tendies, right? You need volatility for FYX to survive. We'll see if there's any news. Not really. I'm not seeing anything, but look at Spain recorded more than 730 new coronavirus deaths in one day, meaning it has now surpassed the death toll in China. But come on, dude. China, they're dying every day. They're just putting their own people probably in crematoriums, dude. I mean, come on. Like, China's they're the Chinese government, a bunch of liars, and what do you expect, dude? Oh yeah, dude, China's got it under wraps, dude. No more deaths in China. You mean no more reported deaths in China? It's a big difference. Prince Charles does have it. Wow. All right, so not fake news. Get wrecked. Not like, you know, get wrecked in a positive way. Jeez. Greta too. Well, we don't know. Greta said like, I think I have it. That's probably could very well be attention seeking. Who knows, man? She's just a poster child for New World Order, global warming stuff, right? I mean, that's all she is. She's just a puppet being used by her parents. That's all she is. So, like, the fact that I even know that she might have it is disturbing. I don't want to know if she has it, okay? So S&P starting to slip into the red a little bit, and that's okay, man. You could take 5 seconds and you get back into green. Dow Jones starting to come off its little rally it's been having this late morning, 11:47 Eastern time. With Bitcoin sliding a little bit too, with the stock market. Oh my God, it's so insane, right? Who's attacking a little girl? A little girl that's like almost 18 years old? I mean, whatever, dude. She is literally a puppet, dude. It's not attacking a girl. Let's chill out on name calling. Thanks. All right. You know how it is, man. Let's be cool. You be cool and, you know, just gotta treat other people in the chat with respect. Bitcoin, you know, like, look, Bitcoin's climbing, yes, of course, coincidentally at the exact same time as the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. NASDAQ definitely just down. And so that's Q's not really doing much today. So here we go. We're attempting a rally again. I mean, attempting. Big if, right? Can't show that. British Royal Dude? What are you talking about? I don't know what a British Royal Dude is. Yeah, man, not too much news. So it's that bill passing, and that's good enough for today's rally. But you just gotta wonder, man, like what's gonna happen with tomorrow with the jobless claims? That's gonna be just I mean, like, I get it. It could be baked into the price and we pump, right? Or something. It just does the inverse. But dang, man, how do you bake in? It's going to be a record. It's going to shatter. It's going to be 3 times worse than the numbers we saw in 1982's recession. So how do you bake that in? That's like what I want to know. We know it's going to be an awful record. Oh, wow. So that, go ahead and cue it. He just tested positive. So this is like breaking news, I guess, what you're saying? Let's go back to the VIX real quick. Bitcoin 66.36. So kind of on the rally, Bitcoin's falling a little bit. Nice. Not really nice. It's like whatever, dude. Look, I like the TA being respected. Bitcoin's TA is telling us buyer exhaustion, Adam and Eve double top stuff, at a critical historical overhead resistance. Like that's what it's telling us. So I just want TA to be respected. Oh, VIX is up, man. FYX's tendies are starting to rise. Right? Tendy rise? Actually, not really. No, it's kind of, I think he's probably not making anything right now. He's probably at even. We fly up today. Yeah, I mean, maybe it seems like maybe you might wait for, if there's a rally that's going to happen today, you might, it might not happen until this afternoon, like yesterday. You know, last 30 minutes of trading are unreal. Like yesterday we were in the Discord and it's like, it's coming, dude. Here come the 30 minutes. We know it's going to be insane. So much that I was joking about end of day session highs or a riot. And we hit end of day session highs because it's almost like you can see it coming because of the history of the past like 3 weeks has been so volatile. And the first and last 30 minutes of trading, it's just crazy. And normally it's just so dramatic where you're gonna dump, man, to the lowest level. And then the last 5 minutes, you get this insane rally. Every day, man. No change. So FYX, tendies in jeopardy. You're falling back below 62 again. Get wrecked, dude. Man, that alert a little bit higher. So it doesn't just spring and dump. 64.67, soon to be tested maybe 64.70 again. I mean, that's kind of the resistance. Maybe where we are is kind of the resistance. Look at this. Yeah, look, I mean, that's right there, dude. That wick, you see it again and again and again. Third time we're testing it, maybe third time's a charm for us to break it. You see it right there? 2466, where are we? You're respecting the crap out of it, aren't you? For now, until you break it or fail. Just leave it up like that, kind of. I mean, that's a pretty good look. Neil, that might be it, man. You're onto something, dude. FYX isn't going to be going back to school, but I want to graduate, You're going to graduate if we break this and have a huge pump, man. Tried 3 times, 36 minutes ago on the 60-minute candle. Jeez, man. I mean, how much? How many times do we test and fail? Or test and break it? We're testing it, rejecting it, we're breaking it, and then failing. I mean, it's just, oh my God. Stonewall Jackson right here. Good Lord. Well, that wasn't good. What the heck, S&P? What you doing, man? Oh my God, dude. Look at Apple. Remember Apple? Remember that time Apple created a bullish hammer at the golden retrace like the Jesus man? I mean, it touched it. You can't even see the 618, but it's there. The golden retrace from the lowest low to highest high. Hammer. Gap up, but now hitting resistance somewhat, I guess. This December 3rd low right here, that was an old gap. We finally filled that gap, so I don't really need it anymore. These were all targets on the way down, and we filled all of them. It was pretty nice. But now we have a gap up here that would maybe be filled one day. But we also got to be real that we got a 224 gap down here to fill. We got a gap down. Yeah, I mean, you got gaps to downside and upside now on Apple. 2460, you're hanging in there, but you get it. You see, for the third time, there's still plenty of time left to break it and hold it and run, but dang, dude. It needs to be soon, dude. You don't want to just fail and fail and fail. This is the S&P 60-minute chart, just so you can see. It's kind of like just putting a magnifying glass to the market, and this is just a high from March 19th, and we're on the 25th right now. So you're just trying to break that. If you do, tendies, big tendies. But if not, ugh, you get it, right? You could just sell off again. But it's good, man. Look, the selling, it's just, there's not much selling, and the buyers are just out of resistance. You get it. So that's the good news. Kind of reminds me of Bitcoin yesterday at 6,800. Here we go. I'm about to break it again. See what I'm saying? It's just like, huh. Someone cue up Critical Area song? Thanks. What's up, stay-at-home dad, man? So, old Apple. Since it hit that 618, remember, write it down. Apple is the golden retrace Jesus, man. Since that low, I mean, 213, you're at 250 now. It's a huge increase in value. So let's go from the high point to low point here. You've hit a 38% retrace. Let's go Apple. You've hit the golden zone. So this could continue to rally all the way up to 283. And this is where we could expect maybe in time a reversal to the downside. So it could go all the way up again to 283.69 for a golden retrace this way, where that is where we bounced. Here we go. Breaking out again, chat. We're attempting to break out right now on the S&P. You can see that resistance. We can hold it, man. It'll be very good. It's a bullish engulfing candle that might get follow through price action, right? I mean, it's a scrubby time scale, but it's still engulfing. Really. Look, another engulfing candle turned into more follow through price action. So why couldn't it happen again here? You're on a run. You're on a rally right now after that big gap up yesterday. So definitely getting follow through price action. I mean, it's almost like, why wouldn't it pump today based on the stimulus bill? What else could pump the market? Nothing. Except a cure for corona. Oh my God, breaking news. That's it. Dumb after the Senate vote? I don't know, man. Right? You'd think we could have a stupid rally all day and then tomorrow's awful because of the jobless claims. Who knows, man? Yeah, it's all hopium for now. But hey, dude, hopium really, after you've lost, like, the Dow Jones lost 37% of its value before it reversed to the upside, the fastest drawdown in history? Come on. You haven't had a back-to-back Green Days since February 5th and 6th. That's pathetic, dude. I mean, it's about time. Like, see what I'm saying? You broke out of the downtrend, too. You can see it. We had the channel. You broke out. So when you break out, geometrical breakouts, that's when rallies can occur and you get your common retraces. But we know with the S&P, where we are right now is just slightly below the 236. The 236 was up here, and we failed the first time, but maybe we can get back up there. 31 minutes on this candle. The good news is you're not rejecting it bad like this time. You're holding it. You're hugging it. Good. Maybe you're absorbing the supply there. I don't know. It seems like buyers are in control right now still. The lower gap will fill, but probably not today, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe the lower gap will fill in time. It's like the Lord of the Rings thing. It's like maybe there will be a time when the strength of men fails, but it will not be this day. Maybe there will be a time when this gap fills. but it won't be today. Get it? Perfect. The FDA just gave Gilead a rare disease status on one of the few drugs that may work on COVID-19. All right, pump it, dude. Sorry, no pump on Gilead. Sorry, dude. Big red day, down almost 4%. It had its run. It ran up and did what, chat? Come on. From your high to low, you hit what? The beginning of the golden zone, the 382, and you had a major reversal to the downside. We love you, Fibonacci. But at the same time, that 382 was much stronger than the 50% 618 because you look left. It was a peak from March 14th, a peak from September 2017. You can see January 2018 price action, correlation, reversal in that area, and you got it again. Strongest fib net right there, the 382. That is it. You break that ever, you could have a real nice run up. You could fill some gaps, a gap at 96.60, but just not yet, man. The good news is, like, we've reversed our price action, but we're not making lower lows yet. So eventually when we pivot and run again, that increases our chances of breaking 382, or eventually we can go to much higher prices. So as long as you keep making higher lows, great news. You had a technical breakout January 22nd, I was taking a long, not because at all, the coronavirus wasn't even really a thing yet you were thinking about too much as like, Gilead? I was looking at Gilead like I was looking at Regeneron. They're very similar, where you had a huge run and you went through a multi-year downtrend and then you started showing accumulation near a supply line. It was all technical. There was divergence too on the weekly. It was time, dude. It was like nothing to do with fundamentals. So still holding it, even it ran up here. I didn't sell it. Probably should have, right? But just holding this because I think in time we could see much higher prices based on the first move up, the nice correction, multi-year correction. It reminds me of Regeneron a lot. So there it is, chat. 24.76, the rally. This is what we're talking about. You've broken it this time for real, and that's it. This could go much, much higher. Okay, I'm not kidding. 25.28, 25.53. Let's go to the 4 hour real quick so you can see that fib node. Oh man, you're right at the 236. It's hard to, it would be hard to believe almost we break this and not break the 236. Isn't really a technical resistance, it's just there. So pump it, man. Pump the market, sessionize, let's go, dude. This could be it, man. The bulls are in control today. If you haven't noticed, you definitely might be asleep. Bulls definitely own this market today. Today, intraday, they own it. That's it. Very good.
Hey, much love your streams, man. Been watching all your stock market coverage in these epic times. Can you check out NYSE? Sees?
Sure. Thanks, Jacob, for the threes. Yep, we'll look at it. Probably pumping like the rest of the market. Welfare money everywhere. Yeah, it's pumping. It's up 21% today. SeaWorld. Oh my god, it's SeaWorld, dude. Will we rise? Sessionize? A riot. 2,500 today, again, a riot, for sure. Like, that's, goes without saying. Dude, it's like ever since the breakout, man. Notice the bulls own the market since the breakout. What? Reflexive rally coming. 2481. High to low. SeaWorld. 382. 1824. Is that 382, right? There's no structure. What can I do? I can't post a channel. I can't do a double bottom. I can't do anything. It's just you're having a reflexive rally, something we've been talking about the whole crash. Eventually, you'll get a reflexive rally that will destroy shorts. It will destroy people who are going long, going short, buying puts at really low areas. SeaWorld. Are they even open right now? So much support resistance all over the place. My God, man. Just like everywhere. I mean, it fell to all-time lows, right? I mean, it's like an S coin at this point. 2045. This is more important, dude. Look at this. We're having a breakout right now on at least the 60-minute. We're breaking the 236. This is extremely good. I mean, we could have a record day today from yesterday. You get that right. It's not going to stop, man. Not now. Dude, come on. Why is it going to stop now? Look at that. You're at your highest high of the 60-minute candle of the session, the 1 hour session. You're going to continue to pump, dude. SeaWorld, dude. All in. All in on SeaWorld, dude. Pump it, dude. FYX. This might be good for FYX. I don't know. So you'd think on SeaWorld, the 50% would probably be the strongest resistance because look left, right? Multiple peaks, overhead resistance. I know there's one here. Definitely resistance here. So like $20 to $21.62 seems like a major reversal area. Even though we do know where you are now is kind of a resistance too. Right? That's all I can do, man. It's really tough when you straight line down and you start a reflexive rally. What else can we even discuss? So pump it, man. Pump it into tomorrow, at least, when we get devastating numbers. Oh, nice. The US dollar's finally dumping. Really? About time. You know, interesting about this rally, Bitcoin's now not pumping. The 4 hour candle did close 8 minutes ago. My bad. I mean, we were just watching this. It's on my other screen. But with the SPX and Dow Jones near their highs of the day, Bitcoin's not. Keep it going, man. Do it for home team. Let's get a Bitcoin so you can see it, though. See what I'm talking about. Right, so like it was up at like 67.50 or something when the S&P was pumping a little while ago, right? So just hanging out at 66.30. Still kind of rounding out. Still not seeing red yet, but very well could be soon, right? Next 4 hour, this candle itself could end up making a negative histogram wick on the MACD. Oh my god, STPT. Oh my god, man, all in. Just kidding. Long-term implications far outweigh the short-term. Hopium traders are expressing. Fox rallies are always short-lived. Of course, Kush, man, but it's really unfair to not talk about a reflexive rally that is inevitable, that always happens. Happened in 1929, 87, 2008, 2000. You name a crash, you always got a reflexive rally. So for people that are concerned or don't know what's going on or don't get these markets, I'm here to tell them about it, right? I'm here to try to let you know, hey man, if you're thinking about selling your all your portfolio at the lowest price, maybe you'd probably get a nice dead cat bounce on the weekly before you crash again. So there might be like on the way up, you know, we get to a 50% retrace from our all-time highs. That might be a good area to maybe layer out a little bit just to be more cash heavy for the inevitable next crash, because we're in a recession now that lasts minimum 18 months. Mitch McConnell speaking now. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be shadow banned, so I can't play it on stream. I want to more than anything, but dude, I'm seeing what they're doing to my channel when I do it. When I play it, the algos just hide me from everyone. No one can discover me. I can't get new subs, anything. So again, near session highs, Dow Jones 21,379, gorgeous. Target 21,732, very well could see that today, believe it or not. Ugh. Been live now 2 hours 43 minutes, extended coverage, of course. If you're enjoying the live stream, that like button, that bell, sub. Thanks for the 650 still here. Nasdaq's back in the green, bottom right of your screen. The radio's telling people to buy again. Look, dude, you got to think about it like, if you're a trader, great bottom areas, technical bottom areas, right, where you're multi-year lows, but you're at critical bases that were really strong consolidation in the past, right? So for a trader, yeah, there's opportunity to buy at those levels for a reflexive rally, but we know for an investor, that's not the case at all, where just because you're rallying doesn't mean that the bear trend is over. We'll eventually make a lower high, much lower high than our all-time highs, and dump again violently, and we'll go through another one of these nasty sell-offs that we've been going through. Oh yeah, you have to be obviously very cautious. I mean, the algos across the markets are not set up anymore for investing. They're set up for trading right now. They're in a different program, different programming. Your all Tylenol sold out everywhere. Is that real life? Is that something that's happening? I know they had to up their demand, or sorry, they had to up their supply. Like they had to make more because there is a high demand for Tylenol. How does it compare to evening streaming? I don't know, Schwab. I mean, like, I love covering the markets, like stock markets. It's kind of like, this is what, back in the day before I started streaming, and I was up, like, for my regular job and stuff, like my career job, and it was always a distraction. But I always had, like, the markets, was always following the markets while I was working, so, it's nice being able to cover stocks live versus being in the afternoon and covering the stocks that they've already had their moves and the markets are closed, and I only get to cover crypto live and gold and some commodities. I don't know. It's probably easier just streaming once in the afternoon versus once had open for hours and then coming back later and streaming the normal time. I don't know. Yeah, Garrett, that'd be weird though. I don't know if I want to do that. It's just not worth it. So 2484 on the S&P 500, near its highest high of the day. It's just hanging out after breaking a March 19th peak, a little wick. Once you broke that, started booming. You got 15 minutes. You get a confirmation close here. Extremely good, because the past 2 hours, we've broken it, but only intra-candle. We did not get a candle close confirmation breakout. This will be the first. So hang on, S&P. Dow Jones is about to be at session highs, 21,401. The next target, I think we could go up another $300 today to test 21,732. Just look left, man. What is that? Wow. December 2018 levels. It's very, very possible today we could test that. Real talk. Real talk. Imagine coming into stream late and spamming where's Boeing headed when we already looked at Boeing like twice today. Get wrecked. I'd definitely rather own gold and silver over oil and gas. Meow memes. You put a gun to my head. Here we go, chat. 2488 and climbing. Highest high of the 60-minute candle on the breakout. With less than 15 minutes to go. Once that 15-minute mark hit, we started rallying again to the highest levels. Dow Jones 21,435 and climbing. You are now at session highs. Very good. On the S&P, the real resistance is 25.53, man. So think about that. $24.91. All right. 21,448. And rising. Bitcoin's starting to rise now, of course. Right? Bitcoin's just kind of in a way following the stock market. If Bitcoin, I mean, if the S&P gets 25.53, you could imagine Bitcoin probably going back up to 6,800, tested again. We're in the welfare markets now, chat. Remember, infinite quantitative easing. Who knows what they're doing behind the scenes to get this market up, dudes? 24.94. There's your highest high again. We're about to be at session highs on the S&P, which session highs is like 25.01. All right, very close. Dow Jones about to be at 21,500 for the first time since legit March 16th. This is very good, chat. This is the reflexive rally. And I just wonder what's going to happen with the jobless claims numbers that come out tomorrow. That's going to be crazy. 24.95.50. We're going, chat. Slowly but surely. Pump it, FX. Pump it. Yeah, we need volatility, so you need it to pump like crazy right now. I set up another alert on it, but it was a little bit higher. So if we hear a beep for the VIX, man, you can start screaming like the kids on Call of Duty and the montage parodies. MLG, 420 no scope, Doritos, Mountain Dew, Code Red. Let's go, S&P. Well, what I love so much, man, is like today we gapped up and it's like, oh, what are you doing gapping? You got to fill this gap, dude. Well, we filled it. And once we filled it, we've been going, man. Highest high of the day. You were at a VIX a while ago. Oh, of course, dude. I'm sorry I didn't get an update on fyx.com, okay? Holy crap, Florida to Denver round trip's $40. And what are you going to do, Bitcoin please, when you get to Denver? What can you even do? Isn't like everything shut down everywhere? That's what I don't even get. Like, why even have airlines open? I guess they would be open because people wouldn't be going places for vacation. They'd just be going places to get to their families for quarantine or something, right? I guess. Wolf of War Chester's got his whole 401k in bin. Oh my god, man. Monk ass. The VIX is just a fear and uncertainty indicator. And it normally goes straight up, straight down. But right now we have like this elevated amount of fear in the markets. So it's not going down. It's not going straight down yet. And I mean, as yesterday when we gapped up and had the single largest point day in the history of the Dow Jones, the VIX rose. Man, this is a great day today. We pumping, man. And it would be, it would be unreal if we could see 2550 just to test it. It would be unreal if we could see 21,732 on the Dow Jones just to test it. I don't care if we break it, but come on, respect it. Nah, dude, it's a 420 no scope, man. Come on. FYX, tell him. Tell him. I'll have to get another coffee because I've been live for 3 hours now. So here we go. We got less than 10 minutes on this 60-minute candle on the S&P 500 in the top right of your screen. We're just kind of zoomed in. Wanted you to see the price action correlation to a potential breakout point. Very much so. It was a peak, right? It was a discernible peak on this time scale. You tested it once today. For the past 2 hours, you were testing it. Now, on this third hour of trading, we've broken it. And we could be getting our first confirmation close breakout candle above it. All we need is 9 minutes of sustained prices. Somebody sue the Dow Jones, man. The Dow Jones is under investigation for getting wrecked. Bitcoin, I not much to really see. I mean, if there was, I'd be like all over it, right? But it's just 66.56. Still potential Adam and Eve double top in development. Still very real and discernible buyer exhaustion on this digital currency, the one to rule them all. And this, of course, it's showing a rising wedge pattern. It's 5 touches at this point. The rising wedge after a crash. So methodical bearish consolidation after a crash, not even coming close to testing 10,500, which is the top. Domino's Bitcoin, please, not Papa John's. Dude, Papa John's was ungodly. It was so perfect. It was in overwhelming bullish conditions before the crash started. We even were bearish on it. That's how bad it is. When you had like this bearish butterfly pattern on Papa John's and the market had not even started crashing yet. It was beautiful, dude. Look at this. 24.98 on the S&P 500. Let's freaking go. Bruh. Break it. 2,500. Let's go. Pump it, chat. QQQ gang. Kind of. Meh. Qs are probably meh right now. They're underperforming the S&P right now. NASDAQ. Come on, man. So 2,500 itself would be a psychological resistance, you would think. We pulled back here. But also right where the 236 is, which is, we're above that now, huh? Yeah, you were exceeding the 236. So it's like, why would you not hit 2550 now? Like now I wouldn't understand it. Maybe there's something you're at. Nah, man, you're not really at a resistance. Dude, the next target is like 2530 to 2550. Are we cool, chat? Anyone? Common retraces 2650 to 2934. Why pump it? Because reflexive rally. Because like technical analysis doing technical analysis. You crashed, you had a downtrend, you broke out of it, high to low, you retrace commonly. That's why I pump it. Pump it because that's in a way respecting the TA, because that's exactly what happens on all markets all the time. When you find bottoms, you rally percentage ways, certain percentage of ways, and commonly it's between 38% and 62%. That's why. Pump it because we haven't had a back-to-back day of green since February 5th and 6th. And you pump it because people's retirements around the world got shattered. That's why. For the little guy. Pump it for the little guy. FYX is reading. Wait, what are you in? Are you on Target still? Wait, did you buy Target when we were talking about the divergence, dude? Yeah, that is a nice rally from its lowest point. We were looking at it 91.90 divergence on the 4 hour, divergence on the daily. But man, you never hit that ice line. Never got down there. So yeah, nice move to the upside. This could be a double bottom in development right now. 4 hour target. I'm sorry. So 4 hour divergence on both oscillators, daily divergence on both oscillators, tail end divergence on the RSI. I mean, this could very well be a double bottom in the making right now. And the target, the target on target would be around 106. It's the down sloping resistance pretty much.
I know it's not stonks, but when you have time, can you check data/BTC 4 hours Plaza ascending triangle?
Curtis Shovel's so good. Thanks for the threes. Yeah, we can look at it. Give me a moment though. We're at session highs on the stock market for the Dow Jones and the S&P. Let's go, dude. 2550 today or riot. FYX. Gather the troops. Get ready for a riot. But hopefully we don't have to go into a riot, right? Because we would hit it. It'd be perfect. Pump it for Harambe. Sorry. So you want me to look at data to BTC, an asset that has appreciated in value since March 19th, 343%. Absolutely no opportunity here. I mean, yeah, it might pump again, but no thanks. That's not how I do TA. That's not how we do it. So, I mean, 25.6. It's hard for me to get off the screen, dude, when we're about to hit. Look, man, you're less than $200 away from the resistance we've been talking about. 2018 lows. This is amazing. Let's hit this. Hit it, but don't quit it, all right? Hit it and get into a long-term relationship and then break it and then get married at much higher prices. Perfect. Anyone? I just had an alert there. Guess we hit it while I'm looking away or getting a coffee or something. Oh my god, not this again. Alright, real quick, we'll look at the depression chart. Last thing on my mind are Bitcoin pairs. Oh my god, we broke resistance. But again, in like 6 days, this asset's up 343%. So absolutely no value. Extreme premium on a streamer data coin to Bitcoin. It's up 9% today alone. So by all means, man, this is like if you want to be a scrub and you want to lose a lot of money, this is the time to buy. That's it. I wish there was more to it. I can't Fibonacci on this. Look at the scam wicks. These are literal Telegram pump and dumps on these assets. Pump and dumps. They're like, okay, we're gonna use data to BTC as the asset we pump and dump today. Perfect. All right, go pump it. All right, we're gonna sell it all at like 1750. Dump it. Okay. Now you're pumping it. I don't know, man, like what this is, but again, gross. 2509 and climbing. 21,573. Let's go. Dow Jones. Let's go. Stock market. Let's go. Everyone's retirement accounts. Hype in the chat.
Bruh.
No, I'm all in on Target, dude. All in on tendies. No calls, dude. No out of the money calls. What's wrong with you? Okay. Dario, probably, man. Don't get married to Dow Jones, it'll take half, man. Let's go. We're pumping, man. We're just continuing to pump every time I talk now. This is the rally. 2 green days in a row. Boeing just pumping. It's up 31+% today. Boeing's up like near 168 now. Imagine going short on Boeing the past few days. Oh my god. And it's like you'd be trapped too because the gaps up are so tremendous. Dow Jones up 4.20%.
Is that a joint?
Bump everything in this welfare system. Go Bitcoin. Go gold. Gold's really just stable asset now. It's not moving much. Just hanging out, doing what it wants. The Nasdaq's pumping 75.11. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Let's go to the Qs. Q gang. Still kind of blah right now. Still blah. Nothing like the S&P right now. The Qs though, about to be touching. I mean, it really hasn't moved much at all. Up a little bit, but it's off its session highs. It's getting close to a supply line from the top, right, of this descending broadening wedge that puts you around 188. You could break that, man. It's really 187.46. Look left. Right here. The Qs are really trying to break this 187 double top from 2018. You break that, 191. You break that, 195. So you just got stepping stones of resistance above you that you got to break. You have not yet. So you got to have faith in the Qs, man. Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Cisco. There's more, dude. There's more in there. I don't know. It's a huge blend. It's tons of assets, but you know, again, the MAGA stocks are they're all 10% each, pretty much, of the blend. So 40% of the Qs is Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple. Yeah, the 4. 2501 pulling back a little bit on the indices, whatever. I was adding alert. If I hear a beep, I'll freak out, but nothing yet. Nothing crazy. Oh my god, Bitcoin. It's so spectacular, isn't it? It's so bullish, dude. Hanging around. Alligator blood. Sell the welfare news pop? Yeah, dude. Pretty much. It bounced off 60 again. I mean, with price action like this, we get more pump throughout the day. We get at 25.50, man. VIX should stay elevated, probably, right? Dude, VIX should stay high at least till tomorrow. The joblessness claims. That's going to be big, man. The divergence is here, Mike. The divergence is mature. You're about to see red on the, like, if you dump any now or on the next 4-hour candle, you're going to see negative momentum for the first time since March 23rd. That's 2 days ago, whatever. But and that's when the selling probably should commence if it's gonna. If TA is to be respected on Bitcoin, then we should see a pretty awesome drop. If it's going to be disrespected because of welfare money going into all the markets and who cares, screw everything, then it's going to 7,400, right? Great. We shouldn't, literacy, if the technical analysis is respected, we shouldn't break 6,800 for real. But who knows, man, with markets just... The economy shut down, but it's just the technicals are playing out right now, where you've broken out of the downtrend you've been in of the crash. You're getting a reflexive rally right now that could go as high as 50%, 23.8 on the Dow Jones. But again, I just don't know how the market's going to respond with over 1 million plus people reporting that they're unemployed tomorrow. I had to go to the bathroom. I don't know, man. I've been live for over 3 hours, so it's like, should I even be live still? 640 still watching. Oh my god, 2 likes away from 400. Let's go, man. Maybe we get 420 likes. We got the numbers. Hold on a sec. Sorry, man. When you're live for 3 hours, life goes by, right?
Hi Mitch, great content. Can you take a look at Val Asa, 213 in TradingView? Keep up the good work. 1.660577 AD link.
Boombird, thanks for the $3.77 of link, the crypto contribution. Yeah, man. Let's go. Pump it, chat. We're about to be 21,600. Let's go. First target, 21,732. Can we get there? We're only $132 away, man. And earlier, when it was the same target, we were much further away. All right, so the target on the S&P 500, if we're talking about just looking left resistance, 2553. It's like 2520 to 2553. It's like different lows, right? Session High Connect, FYX, Tindies secured. Not really. Nothing secured yet, dude. Oh, let me check this out. What ticker was he talking about? So, 213.
Much appreciated as always. Who likes everybody?
Bruh.
What's up, Robert J? Thanks for that threes, dude. Gangs. Thank you, man. Oh, there it is. Wait a second. This should be it. Well, you know, these are low volume assets, too low for my liking. And it's tough, man. I mean, it looks like everything else, though, right? Where, you know, you're kind of breaking support resistance to the upside. Very good. There's a gap fill at 164. There are gaps everywhere, though, since there's so little liquidity. So from the major high to the low point, if we're just talking about common retraces, you just now pretty much hit the 236, meaning we now finally have a valid swing low on this asset that has 22,000 volume. Blah. Which is not enough for me. If you're to look, remember, it's like all these assets, they don't have structures really. They have crashes, and now they're starting to get retraces. So we've hit the most shallow retrace. If there's underwhelming amounts of demand, there's too much supply, this is where you would reverse majorly the downside. But that's not common. Where you commonly retrace before reversing majorly the downside again would be between 197 and 259. You got to have the macro continue rallying, right? You have to, man. You got all the world. Pretty much the S&P, Dow Jones had to continue to perform for this to perform, because all other markets around the world follow the Dow Jones and S&P. Come on, dude. It's not the other way around. S&P controls this and everything else, pretty much. Things just follow it. It's the largest market cap market out there. $22 trillion or something in NYSE. So that's it. Here we go, 2511. We're still at session highs right now, looking wonderful, dudes. Bitcoin's very close to 6,700, pumping with the rest of the welfare markets. Is Bitcoin now a welfare coin? If the T is disrespected, it probably is, dude. Let's just be real. Bitcoin always just normally respects the TA pretty freaking well. But right now it's just holding on and nothing's certain really. Like, he just doesn't look like there's enough sellers yet. 25, 14, 15, pumping chat. What are we up right now on the S&P? 2.81% on the S&P. It was like 7% yesterday. This is a huge rally off the lows from March 23rd after touching a critical support not once, but pretty much twice. If you notice the price action, it was a higher low too. Went to 21.98 for rallying. So again, we have a breakout of the crash trend. We will soon be seeing resistance at 25.30 to 25.50, whatever. But the common retrace area for the S&P would be between 26.50 and 29.34. That's it. Look at this, chat. We're getting so close for the Dow Jones, top left of your screen. Here it comes. Look at this. Right here. This one wick. Right there. Move that over a little bit. Sorry. Okay. 21,709, 21,700. That is December 2018 lows. You're almost there, and it seems very likely we would touch it today. Why not? Look how close you are. Why not touch it and fail, or touch it and break it? We're just 20 bucks away or so, $20, $30 away. This is an extremely nice rally. 2520 on the S&P 500. NASDAQ's starting to climb a little bit more, but really, really lagging bad behind the Dow Jones and S&P today. I'm wondering what Boeing's at. Hey, guess what? Welfare Bitcoin's moving. It's 6,700, really. Oh my god, dude. Boeing is up 31.23% right now. It was up higher. It was at 174.30. 31% today. Like 15% yesterday. What does it appreciate in value from the bottom? From the bottom to the highest point today, 96% increase in value. What a freaking recovery. Get wrecked shorts and puts on Boeing, which I'm sure there were stupid amounts of people that had positions open against Boeing, right? You know it's true. You freaking know it's true, dude. Did we chat? Oh my god, we're so close. Look at this. I'm scaled out kind of hard, but this is why I want you to see like the trend line and how close we are to touching that. I mean, this is pinpoint accurate. You saw us like made sure that it was pinpoint. Controlled snap line.
Today in history, 1774, British Parliament passes Boston Port Act, closing the port of Boston, and demanded U.S. residents to pay $1 million of tea dumped into the Boston Harbor during the Boston Tea Party in 1773.
Dang, tornado chasers.
Bruh.
Thanks for the threes. Definitely had some, there were definitely tornadoes up in Tennessee last night. I had a tornado watch or whatever they got issued for me, but it never manifested anything. Normally with these storms, they do the best in the afternoon when the sun is still up. That heat is a catalyst for bad weather. 6,700 on Bitcoin. But yeah, man, looks like we were at a tipping point. All those years ago, man. There was, little did people know at that time, oh my god, we're going to war with the most powerful empire that's ever existed in the history of mankind, which was the British Empire. The sun doesn't set on them. It does now. But anyway, George Washington was king's man. So close, chat. Like, give me a break. Let's just touch it, and then we can dump. I don't care. Let's just respect the TA. 6702 on Bitcoin. Okay, welfare. Bitcoin's rallying, dude. It's like, you want to talk about markets staying rational longer than you can stay solvent? Well, we're being tested right now by Bitcoin, for sure. So pulling back, 21,663 Dow Jones, 2519 S&P. That's right, get wrecked Boeing shorts for sure. I'm sure there are many things up. OLN's up 17%. What's it up since the bottom, though? This is the king, dude. This is the one we're just looking on the weekly. Don't even look at on the daily. Yeah, retraced. Big pump. Still off its highs. That's okay. You wanted to see a gift from the TA gods. Look no further than Olin. I mean, I looked at this during the stock market crash. This was an asset it was on my watch list, thank God. But once every 10 years, and I'm talking once, not twice, not 3 times, Once every 10 years, you hit this 895 to 956 area, and then you have an ungodly rally every time to stupid high prices. And it's up 17% on the day. You had opportunities, right? You had multiple days to get in on this, weeks. I mean, but once it hits, chat, let's freaking go.
Oh, would you look at that?
Please clap.
You've done it, chat. Look where we are. We've touched it and no higher, man. Look at that price action. Boom! Break in December of 2018 lows right now. Busting out like the Jesus man. Holy crap. S&P 2526. Well, man, the Dow Jones right now is killing it. What are we up now on this one? 5.5%, up $1,000 on the day. Can we break it and hold it, though? That's the question. Oh my God, man. Pumping so hard. We got this, dude. You know, it touched it, broke it, but that was scaled out, right? Like a lot, so it looked crazier than it should have been. But yeah, you are technically above it right now. And guess who's next? S&P, it's your turn. You don't have a Boeing right now, but you got a bunch of other things. 25, 27, you are at session highs. And 25, again, 25.50, I think is the target. Just saying. With all this pumping, Bitcoin is still just flirting around with 6,700 right now. Here we go, 21,762. Let's go, session. Dude, we are pumping crazy. Let's break yesterday's record. Yes, 1 million rees went off for the people that, oh, dude, we're down 37%. That's nothing, dude. We're going to 1,300, FYX. 1,300, remember? Oh my God, imagine inversing 1,300 predictions, right? Very, very good. What a rally. Back-to-back insane days. You gotta love it, man. But how high can we get? So we'll see. If we've broken this and we're gonna rally, I mean, I really do think we would pull back and regard this area for a little bit, you know. But dude, you understand, right? Breaking back above this, there's kind of a resistance right up here. It's like a peak at 22,164, but after that, there's not much resistance till all the way back up at 23,338. So we're in this area where it's just like, there's not much resistance above you, right? I mean, like if it's held and you were to truly break it and not, you know, respect it and pull back and hold and close below it or something. And if you really did get some huge move up, I mean, 22,164, that's where you would maybe go next. Just saying, man. Liquidated re. Sub MK, man. Thanks, dude. 25.29. You just hit session highs again on the S&P. What the heck? Sub IBLB. Bull trap. I mean, dude, like you can call it bull trap all you want. It's really just like, oh, it's doing a reflexive rally. Something we've been talking about the whole way down. Eventually, you'll get a reflexive rally. You're getting it now. You've exceeded 236. And look here, listen, on the Dow Jones for a reflexive rally, common retrace 22,539 to 25,216. That is where we would commonly retrace before reversing majorly the downside again to make a higher low, double bottom, or much lower low. NASDAQ, okay, we're getting closer and closer to session highs on NASDAQ. That's what I want to see. QQQ gang. The bill's already passed. They just had to sign it. It's like, it's just one of those things that has to happen. Yeah, dude, welfare markets. Let's go welfare markets pump, dude. Unlimited QE. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes, dude, to get this market up? I don't even know. I don't think we ever will know. 21,745. Man, you're just right. You're barely above that resistance support. That's crazy. Is there any way that was low? World economy shutting down? Nah, I don't think the actual, I mean, the local bottom's in now. We know that because we hit the 236. But to say like in the next 3 months we put a bottom in, nah. We could very well see much lower prices in time. You just got to be cognizant of that. Very good. Let's go Olin. Kings. Man, look at the cues.
Adios, turd nuggets.
Oh, sorry. Done that again. Look at the cues, man. Look at this weekly candle on the cues. Like bullish engulfing candle. And you're right at major resistance. Like, if you break that, stepping stones, 191, 195. Just don't know how long it's going to last, man. Tomorrow is scary. Tomorrow's super scary. Like, you just don't know how these markets are going to react to jobless claims being at record levels and beyond, right? So, I'm sorry, dude. Your precious Bitcoin, 6686. S&P is, I mean, they're all soaring right now. Dow Jones leading the way. Gold hanging out, same price it was at 3 hours 24 minutes ago when I started streaming. Crypto Pepe Sylvia, what did I just say that you should be worried about? That's something that you should like at least be cognizant of, you know. And look at that, dude. We're just right there. So strong today. Buyers in control since yesterday. Yeah, I know, Kanatoma. It's super confusing. What's going on, man? It's a back-to-back non-rec day. You got to be happy about that. There it is, 21,770. That's session highs. Oh no, 21,781 is session highs. S&P session highs is 2530. Which is a kind of a resistance zone. The beginning of the resistance zone with 2550 being like kind of the main part of it. HMLS is here? Alex is here? Nuh-uh. Where? Canton has a robot. Robot. Callie, I have no idea. I'll tell you that where the Dow Jones is, we could see a reversal of the downside. If that was never really, it was tested once before we sold off to lower prices, but now we're on the up and up. We're testing it. This is where, like, if you break it, you could have another huge run to the upside. If you don't, this is where we could reverse the downside, right? So I don't know if we're gonna have a sell the news type event. It's I don't know. It's looking good though. And once again, these hedges or whatever are not having good days, right? Like Amazon's down today, and it's because it's been acting as a hedge against the market collectively when it dumps. Many others. Look at that. How you've respected it, man. Nice respect on the Dow Jones right now. Wouldn't you agree? I think you could. Hello? Y'all still there? Alright, man. So, it's about noon now. We're trying to come off those highs. We've hit that resistance. We've rejected it a little bit. Could go and test it again, but you'd think this might be a good area where it pulls back and holds at least to close below it or at it, right? Same with the S&P, man. So some nice days today. Boeing especially, 30% up, dude. That's freaking nuts. Carvana's up 20%. Ford's up 15%. Like, joke, man. Welfare money. Like, these assets are screwed, but they're just getting helicopter money. They're getting relief, dude. It's weird though. I really thought maybe later today we'll get it at 2550, the S&P. Yeah, dude, that's not really. Was that it right there? 2530 is what it hit and pulled back. Okay, so we probably should have had that. It never really touched it though. Maybe we'll get it soon. Maybe today, if we're lucky. All right, man. I think I'm gonna get some lunch, get some coffee, maybe run a couple errands or something. Do a little exercise, you know, do what I gotta do, and I'll try to be back for the afternoon stream. Hopefully we get a nice rally to end the day. Bitcoin's 6680, you know where we are. Buyers are exhausted on Bitcoin, but who knows about welfare markets now, dude. So I'll just be back. Thank y'all for coming. Up time, 3 hours, 30 minutes. So don't know what else you could ask for. Okay. And before Bitcoin defies gravity and does something stupid and disrespects the TA. But again, I still have, that's my argument with technical analysis, critical overhead resistance with buyer exhaustion, which is class A, bearish divergence, Adam and Eve, potential double top, receding volume on each high. So, which isn't that big of a deal, but it's just another variable. So thanks for the likes, love, support, the contributions. Y'all amazing.
Morning. Made some trendies cause of you today. Thanks. When merch store.
I don't know, man. I think probably going to be doing merch store when we roll out like the new website or whatever. That'll take a while, so we're working on that. Dude, thank you for the 1776, the American contribution, smiley face. Thank you, bruh. Jardist freaked out. So these assets are off their highs after hitting critical resistances, both of them, it seems like. Dow Jones, S&P. I'm glad you made some trendies tendies. Fantastic. Make sure you have ranch dipping sauce for those trendies. All right, I might go get some myself. 589 people watching. Oh my god, conspiracy. XRP to rule the world. All right, you know where I'm at on Bitcoin. I mean, if it doesn't play out, if it dies, it dies. But we're exhausted according to the charts. Just reading into how it is. I'll talk to y'all later. Till next time, respect the TA.